Hey guys, it's Mike here from Medic Materials Podcast, and what do EMS providers like more than coffee and liquor? Well, that's a fucking t-shirt. So go over to medicmaterials.com/merch and pick up your Donut IV t-shirt right now. It is my favorite t-shirt. I wear it all the time to show my support and love for the podcast. You guys can too. Pick up yours today, medicmaterials.com/merch.
You're listening to the Medic Materials Podcast, hosted by Mike Turek, Emily Yates, Kelsey Coons, and Gerard Cuomo. Each month, we discuss EMS news, medical science, and review actual EMS calls, bringing many educational opportunities to the listener. Portions of the calls have been altered to protect the privacy and identity of all involved.
Hello and welcome everyone back to the Medic Materials Podcast. We have a very stacked show tonight in that I think it's the fullest panel we've had in quite a while. It's going to take me like 5 minutes to introduce everybody, but that's okay. Gerard, the original OG, how are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. How y'all doing?
How's it feel to be back in the bastions of freedom? How's it smell down there?
It smells like seawater.
All right.
But it feels good.
It feels good. There you go.
We had a beautiful sunny day, about 75 degrees. Nice.
Must be
Good.
nice. Must be
Kind of can't
nice.
see it though.
We have the Maha Witcha with us.
Witcha?
Witcha.
Which
I'll hit myself on that one already.
already?
30 seconds of this show, he's already busted himself.
I know, it's terrible. I was listening to old shows today, and the buzzer, like, I buzzed myself before I even said a word. Because I knew I was going to fuck it up. I was like, yep, nope, I'm just, ding. Miss
I heard
Emily.
Phil buzzed himself today, too.
Oh, giggity.
Oh,
We will get to the Phil Foundation, but Emily, surprise entry for tonight's recording. How are you?
Yes, I wasn't expecting
How are
it.
you?
Oh, just peachy and ducky, and so excited that you're here. Again, we were not expecting you, and I was very surprised and shocked. And I was like, yay, she's gonna be here.
I was like, oh man, it's gonna be close.
It was
Just
close.
I was like, dang.
But we have to come together as a group and a family and love. And Phil Foundation, I put together something spectacular just for you and your accomplishments today. So in honor of the Phil Foundation, I give to you
and I am going to be the new world heavyweight champion. Speaking of champions,
Fucking champion, bitches!
Hail to the champion, baby!
Oh, we should have got him little creamers.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta put him on his head.
The cream always rises to
Cream
the
always
top.
rises to the top.
So yeah, Phil, congratulations on being whatever champion you decided to be today.
Wow. God damn.
Congratulations on whatever you did today.
Whatever you did today,
I'm
good
sure
for
your
you.
mom's proud of you.
No, she's not. She's not.
Yep,
Wow.
showing the true colors tonight.
Horrible.
Are you getting a poster for this one too, or?
No, I do have.
We should get posters.
Oh.
Are there pictures?
There's two.
Did you get
All right.
video so we can watch it?
We need pictures. And if there is video, I can get pictures from the video.
There
And we
go.
can make a calendar.
We can make a poster. Oh, calendar.
Calendar.
You should
We-
make
we-
a
Calendar, there you
Oh.
go.
You should make a poster of
A
me
Phil for every day.
That
The
would
Phil
just,
calendar.
oh my
Yes.
god, that'd be wild.
Medic materials calendar for Phil.
So because somebody didn't actually, give two shits enough to find out what the fuck it was for. Why don't you tell us what you won an award for?
That's
today?
what I was trying to do. I just suck at hosting. We all know this. Phil, talk.
Oh, talk now.
Do it now. Do the talky thing out your mouth.
I placed first in my 185 weight class, which is the hardest fucking cut I have ever done in my life because I was 227 pounds before for my powerlifting meet today.
Wow, what'd you do?
Good for you.
205 for bench and 355 for deadlift.
Yep.
Excellent.
I couldn't
You come
do
in
that.
first?
Nope.
And then almost fucking died on my last deadlift, but we're just gonna forget about that.
So did you win?
I did.
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, that's the information that people need.
He got a medal.
He got him.
You got a
now.
medal?
Dude, it's in my car if you want to see it.
Well, when's the drive home?
Tomorrow.
9 o'clock
Tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
we're on the wrong goddamn day, aren't we?
Yeah,
God damn it.
yeah, we are on the wrong goddamn
I was
day.
gonna say, well, dude, you're right. That shit should be around your neck right now.
That's right. You need to take every call. Look what
That's
I
right.
did today.
I mean, I'll
Oh,
go,
with the
I'll go and
belt.
put it on if you want. I have the belt in my car too.
Oh, throw 'em up.
Oh,
Yes, please.
dude,
Yes, please.
Too?
go.
Absolutely.
Come
Tyrus,
on.
that should have been
Oh,
That already should have been on there.
That should have
I know. He
been. Right,
was
as soon as
not
the video
prepared.
comes in, boom, there he is. Fucking production quality, man. We gotta get this game up.
Yeah, well,
He should have had his shit ready to go.
We should
That's
have. I didn't even think about it. You know, it is what it is. But as always,
Nope.
we are live here tonight. I was away last night, so we couldn't do it on the Friday stream. So here we are on Saturday. But what was that?
How'd the Mets do?
They lost, of course, because I was there,
Shocker.
and I paid money to see them, so the fucking assholes lost.
So on
But,
that post, about me being home, she's like, "Boo!" I went, "Oh, you're at the Mets game too."
Yeah, it was slightly. The boys had fun. It really sucked because like the there was like an hour and a half rain delay, so the game that should have started at like 7:10 didn't start until almost 8:50. So like that kind of sucked. So the game didn't actually end until almost midnight, because then it was a drawn out game, and yeah, it was. But
in the city or make it home?
No, I drove it. So I found out it's a 4-hour drive to
Sure,
City
it's fucking
Field.
is. It's
It's now a 4. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. But it is what it is. So we have to welcome our peeps in the stream. Let's see, WW2 Girls here with us, Stacy's here with us, and the Mac is back
Mac
in
Daddy's
the
here?
stream.
Oh,
so
she is
we're throwing out a Ric Flair on that one. And maybe I'll give him a yeah as well. So let's get down into the rig check, and then we'll start this this call that I have for you guys today.
Oh yeah.
So, guys, I want to help. I want to remind you guys that you guys can help support the stream and the growth of the podcast by sharing it across all of your social media networks and all of your social media accounts. Invite your friends and your coworkers to join the Facebook page or the group. And if that isn't your cup of tea, there's a link in the description down below that you can tip us directly. That always helps and is always much appreciated. Our brand new I'm terrible at speaking tonight, apparently.
Ow.
Fuck it all.
Just sit on the buzzer, dude.
Just sit on it.
At least you get some enjoyment out of it.
I know, right? Bzzz. Our brand new Medic Potato. Damn it, I did it again.
Wow.
Motherfucker don't even know the name of his own company.
Material.
This is what happened, Gerard, when you don't allow me to drink every night anymore, all right? This is your fault. I unlearned English, all right? But our merch page is up right now for you guys to check out. Visit medicmaterials.com/merch. There's stickers, there's water bottles, there's awesome new t-shirts, and most importantly, there's the fucking cronut. So,
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah, go grab yourself a goddamn fucking cronut. And you
don't
better
have
do
hoodies
that
yet.
because I might be doing something very interesting in maybe a sweepstakes or, you know, something with not what you were thinking, you dirty bastard.
I was like, well, it does have a hole in it.
It does have a hole in it, but those I want to thank Gerard. I have to shout out your fiance Tammy. She's the one that makes us the exclusive cronuts. So support her, support us. Buy yourself a fucking cronut.
Please.
All right.
Make her happy.
Yeah. Lastly,
Just spare me the rod.
Lastly, I gotta give our shout outs this month to our listeners in Wyoming and France, and our newest Patreons, Chris and Susan. Thank you guys for all the continued, support and following us on this absolutely incredible ride. We are nearing 20,000 downloads for the podcast. We've been here for 4 seasons, and no matter if like you're an OGer like Gerard and I, or you're just joining us, you guys are equally amazing, and we love each and every single one of you. So,
20,000 people just heard you eat that.
Yeah, well, you know, it is what it is.
Twice. On
Yeah.
the same word.
Of my own company, right? And
That he made.
I'll dig myself twice. Why not?
Do that again.
Do it again.
So give me 15 minutes to cut that out.
So let's dive into this call review here, guys. Your guys' system. This call is taking place in a mostly rural district. It's covered by a town BLS ambulance service who runs 1 rig daily that's staffed with 2 EMT basics. ALS is provided by a neighboring town who offers a paramedic-staffed ambulance under a mutual aid agreement.
That always works out good.
It always works out. Like, yeah, we don't need to do
Transport what?
Flawless. It's how it should always be.
Absolutely, right? The hospitals in the area, there are multiple hospitals within this immediate area. There's a 4-bed critical access center, 15 minutes from the scene.
Yeah, we don't.
Definitely got to go there, right?
No.
There's a local community hospital about 40 minutes away from this scene. And there's a larger community hospital that has cardiac capabilities like PCI about an hour and 15 from this scene. All right. So you guys are going to
be shit, and meh.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Shit, and meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are going to be dispatched a priority 1 or a Delta priority to a local residence for a 48-year-old female with chest, back, and abdominal pain. The BLS agency is dispatched as well as the neighboring ALS agency. So I always throw out a question here in the beginning. With complaints such as chest, back, abdo pain from a female, Gerard, you said it sounds automatically like an MI cardiac. Is that something that you guys automatically go to, or is
That's
there
what I'm
like
going with,
something
definitely.
else that you're going to go to and then kind of figure your way out from there?
With this one, that's where I'm starting.
Yeah, I always rule out cardiac first and then go down the list from there.
Unless I still
Yeah,
haven't
true
shit
for the
like
worst, hope for the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I think, especially with all of those in a female, you're like, yep, screams cardiac. Why don't we rule out cardiac first? All right, I 100% agree. So
Unless she was hit by a truck before we got there, it says, "Oh my,"
Right, she's got like multiple gunshot wounds. And it's like, oh
Yeah.
well, yeah, let's get the 12 lead going.
right, exactly. So
Give me a blood sugar.
Is there
I
a-
think it causes the power of flight. So
the BLS
Whoa, what the fuck just happened to Phil?
Phil turned
just
into a
fucking
CPR
talking.
dummy with really creepy eyes. That's what he did.
It's fabulous internet service.
Yeah, I'm running off of my hotspot because the
Holy shit.
Wi-Fi service here is a little iffy.
I also love how on the stream, because his picture changed, it also changed Phil to the Maha and the Maha to Phil.
I'm now Phil.
And now they're back.
There we go.
I'm back to Maha.
Now you do it and see who you turn into.
Yeah, right.
Relax, magic trick.
So
I gotta give the belt to you, Butch. I'm sorry.
oh no,
Oh, here I go again.
Jesus
Who
fucking
am I-
Christmas
what
Christ!
the hell is going on?
Stop it!
It's like the cup and ball game. It's like, where are we now?
Sir, what's gonna happen if I get booted off the stream? Is the whole thing gonna explode?
It's gonna all explode. Everything's gonna go
Yeah.
everywhere.
Dude,
It's
quit putting that
totally
creepy
fucked.
fuck on there. Change your picture.
So the BLS crew arrives on the scene a short while after dispatch, and they grab their first in bag and they walk towards the house. They're met by a woman who's speaking very broken, hard to understand English. This woman tells the crew to follow her into the house and then guides them to a back bedroom to meet their actual patient. The EMTs enter the bedroom and they find an adult female sitting in bed with her legs out in front of her. They introduce themselves and begin talking with her to identify like chief complaint. Why are they actually here?
Straight out in front of her?
Yes.
Or-
Nope. Straight out in front of her.
Okay.
Equidistant, laterally.
The
Yeah, my medical anatomical correct. Hey,
the woman tells the crew that she's experiencing sharp stabbing, constant
I'm a
pain
fucking idiot. Anyway, go ahead.
to the left side of her abdomen, just under her rib cage. So the upper left, quadrant. This pain started a few days ago and has been intermittent, but has aggressively increased in severity since yesterday evening. So the primary EMT walks up to her to begin their, physical exam. They find that she's conscious, alert, oriented ×4. She's able to answer all questions. Airway is open. It's clear of any fluid or debris. Breathing is slightly tachypnic, but does not appear labored. Lung sounds are taken in the primary, which kudos to them. Clear and equal, all fields bilat. Peripheral pulses are present and strong. She appears pale in color, and
That's my next question.
she tells the EMS crew that she feels feverish. But when they actually do, hey, let me feel your forehead, let me feel your arm, she feels normal in temperature to the touch of the EMS crew. So does anything kind of like stick out in your mind with this initial like primary presentation? With the chief complaint of this really sharp stabbing, constant left upper quadrant pain.
It's feeling like I'm kind of still going down that same path. It's actually just kind of solidifying it for me, but
Yeah, I mean, if she's pale, there has to be a circulatory issue.
Right. That's a
the only
perfusion
thing-
issue.
There's something going on either with the pumps or with the pipes that's not perfusing the skin enough.
the only thing that's throwing me off is that what was the shit? My bad.
What?
I'm drawing a fucking blank. The last thing you said that she was mentioning that kind of just was like mentioned in fantasy.
She felt fever.
She's feeling
Feverish.
feverish.
That's
Yeah.
right. I don't know. Wow, that just.
See, I'm
complete
telling you,
fucking brain fart.
no more Saturdays, right? We screwed.
Wow.
Nope.
Yeah,
done.
fuck Saturday, man.
Fuck Saturday.
Saturday's
We're all fucked.
Well, I did just drive like 600 miles, so
yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of sucks too. But no, yeah, the feverish thing. I don't know. I might pluck it and file it. But
Has she had any
Sure.
trauma recently that could have caused any problems? that she knows
So
of?
there's no identifiable trauma. There's no any trauma reported to this.
Is she pregnant?
So they end up going there, but she denies everything, as we'll find out in a little bit.
Nurse.
She said, what I'm thinking. Wet bandage.
Glucose.
Let's go down our
I mean,
our checklist.
Honestly, if she's pale and like diaphoretic, I feel like she probably would feel like she has a fever, which could be a, like Phil said, a circulatory issue or a perfusion issue.
That's kind of like a false positive for her.
Right.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's kind of these like it's definitely an interesting group of symptoms because nothing really
Yeah.
sticks out except for that pale color, right? We understand that's
Right.
a perfusion issue, right? You don't just get pale because nothing's wrong, right?
Right.
So, while this primary EMT is conducting their, initial exam,
She's not emo, right?
what was that?
She's not emo, right?
No, she didn't paint it on.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
But
Hey, you never know.
really good thought. I'm okay
You
with
walk
it.
in, you see a bunch of Evanescence posters. Hey, maybe freaky.
Ha. So the primary EMT's partner goes and gathers a full set of vital signs, right? First set of vital signs. Blood pressure via the manual cuff is 160 over 80.
Okay.
Heart rate of 90, strong and regular via palp.
Okay.
Respiratory rate of 22 and regular.
Me no likey.
SpO2 of 97% on the room air.
I'm starting to reach for the bullshit flag. Hold on.
Temperatures also taken and returns is 98.9 Fahrenheit via the, temporal scanner probe. Not the
Got my hand on it.
zapper. Go ahead. What is
Plus, I got my hand on the bullshit flag. Let's
Okay.
get that 12 thing.
Okay. We go back to the primary EMT and they're going to attempt to try and investigate like this chest and back pain, right? So, they're asking like, what the heck has been going on the last couple days? And she tells them that this morning she felt pain across her chest, but that has since gone away. But currently is feeling pain between her shoulder blades. She denied any. Yep. So this morning she was having pain across the chest.
Right. Now it's in the back.
That's gone. Now it's directly between the shoulder blades. Let's
I've
see.
heard this.
Right? And then they die.
Yes.
You know a thing or two
That's
because
fine.
you've seen a thing or two.
She let's see. She's currently feeling pain between her shoulder blades. She denied any previous medical history. So no respiratory, no cardiac, no nothing.
How old is she again?
48.
48.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, just to confirm that. Yes,
Smoker?
48. Denied any previous medical history, does not take any meds, and has no allergies to food or meds.
Smoker?
Is she an alcoholic?
So I don't have any tobacco or alcohol information for you guys. That couldn't tell you.
All right.
The
I-
only
I-
other thing I think of is like
Birth control.
liver.
So also should have been brought up, birth control. I don't know if it was and just not reported to me, but not brought up.
Just had the plane fly by.
That's the Maha Butchie's road next to his house.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Paul Walker.
It's Fast and Furious Saturday, so
Yeah, I was gonna say the ghost of Paul Walker haunts his street.
Right. So she also tells the EMTs that 3 or so times over the previous couple of days, she had times of nausea and vomiting, but was concerned that some of her vomit appeared bright red. She has not been vomiting today, but is slightly nauseous. Also reported that she has not eaten since yesterday as her pain just increased, but said that when she did eat some like brothy soup yesterday, her pain did slightly subside.
Poop.
So, new information, thoughts,
Poop.
or
Okay.
so she could poop.
I mean, like, has she pooped recently, and what did it look like?
So, poop is loose.
Not that I have a fetish, but I just actually would like to know.
Poop is loose, but
The
normal.
poop is loose.
Poop
All
is
right.
loose. Poop is loose, but it is like normal in color.
Okay, so little diarrhea, but not.
Not like black and tarry diarrhea.
Gotcha. Okay. What about urine output?
Was never asked.
Okay.
So thoughts. There's a lot of information that we're given, and it's kind of scattered all over the fucking place.
I'm still like holding the MI thing here, but I'm starting to kind of play with other things.
What kind of
I
other
really
things?
don't like how I just did that, but okay.
Cardiac. I'm still on cardiac, but splenic rupture possibly.
I was thinking something.
Spontaneous splenic rupture?
Aortic tear. I mean,
Genius, damn it.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
So
She just pinched her nose closed and went, splenic
If
rupture.
you say it's a fucking UTI, I swear to God.
some kind of aortic tear or something. Right now.
I can 100% positively report it is not a UTI.
And
I
we
think
don't
you're
know. We don't know alcohol usage, past alcohol usage.
We do not.
I mean, now you're vomiting up blood. So
What meds did she take?
varices or a GI
But
ulcer.
no meds, no history.
No
No meds,
meds, no history. Yep.
Doesn't
And
mean
Did
she
she
doesn't
see
have
a
a history.
doctor?
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Does she actually go to the doctor to find out if she's got uncontrolled hypertension
I don't
and
have
all
any
this
medical
other
history.
bullshit?
Last time you went to a doctor, never.
Right. But I also like, I also like the Maha's take in that, like, maybe thinking like esophageal varices, right? Maybe there's something higher in the GI tract that's going on, right?
I mean, she's 48 years old. Who knows? She's not. I mean, history of bulimia or something. She's been yakking her guts off for years, trying to, fit in with the in crowd. All of a sudden, she's developed these
Look at you
varices,
going
and now
hard.
it's what we do.
It's
I mean, you don't even need vomiting
Bravo
for
6
years.
is
Like, if
going
she's
dark.
vomiting for weeks, that could
Yeah.
cause.
exactly, right? All that wrenching, that's going to cause
Yeah.
damage, right?
Right.
So,
And
Yeah.
retching too, along with the wrenching. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
said.
You got in there with the 10mm socket.
Yeah, if you could dodge a wrench, you can dodge a blow.
That's
That's
absolutely right. So, Em, are you thinking anything specific? Because you have your thinking face on.
I don't know. It's kind of, I want hardcore, I always like tell people like patients lie. So take what they have to say, but take it with a grain of salt. I want cold, hard facts. Like, I want to do an assessment. I want vitals. I want an EKG.
There's still more to find out, right? So the
Hold on. Bill's choking.
don't choke, champ. You
Don't choke on a douche flute.
You
Ryan?
can't.
Hail to the champion, baby!
He can't die.
I mean, I almost did earlier, but we're gonna forget about
It's
that
like-
part.
He's like Butch from Pulp Fiction. He like smokes a fucking pack of cigarettes, goes out, one hit, lays a dude out, kills him, goes back, got his champ thing on, just smoking away.
Just chilling.
It doesn't help that all I smell is ammonia. Like, that is what's getting me.
That's not good, dude. That could be an issue.
Wow.
You gotta have whatever this chick has.
If you there might be a specific cause that Phil's leaving out.
Right?
You ever been woken up with smelling salts?
Nah, can't say that I have.
It is the worst thing in the world.
Did you get knocked out today?
I vagaled myself out. So what happened was I went for my last deadlift. I locked my knees.
Because he's a fucking idiot.
And I'm 370. I'm straining, and I can
The poop's pouring. Yeah.
Yep.
So I drop it. I fail to lift, and my spotter grabs me by the lifting belt and stands me up,
Dude.
Wow.
I don't feel so.
Dude, flex the fuck out.
Have another energy drink.
So they come over and they're you know how you're supposed to crack the top of the smelling salts and
They just went and shoved it right in your nose, huh?
They opened the entire fucking thing and just stuck it right under my nose.
Wow.
It's lovely.
That's healthy.
Right? Hey.
And I
have mixed it with
I'm
bleach.
awake now. They're keep smelling it.
Phil, Phil, at least you have to be thankful that this wasn't in Gerard's neck of the woods, because they would have
cracked you.
Open your mouth so I can give you this milk.
Yeah.
That's right.
Eat the milk.
They would have given you the milk.
Through the quick trade.
That's right.
So getting back on task here.
We had quick trades. We just have skeletons.
The secondary EMT heads on out of the house, and they grab the stair chair and set up the stretcher to begin the process of extrication. While inside, she requests with the primary EMT that she wants to go to the local hospital that's 40 minutes away, that local community hospital, right? So
Do we have EKG capability?
It's coming in the next 2 paragraphs, because the medic is now arriving on the scene. So
right.
while this secondary EMT is getting extrication, equipment and stuff, the ALS ambulance arrives on the scene. Yes.
Can she walk?
Yes. I mean, she physically can walk. Do we
For her,
want?
Is it a mile to the fucking rig?
Do we want her to walk?
Has she been walking around for the past 3 days, 4 days?
I couldn't tell you.
Can we get to
Probably.
the ambulance quicker than waiting for whatever he's getting, a fucking Reeve or whatever the hell he's getting?
But what happens if she's having the giant STEMI and then you make her walk 12 steps and she dies?
Fuck it. What are you gonna do?
And she gets a lot of electricity.
CPR. That's what you're gonna do.
Right?
Are her legs still
Because it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen.
What was that, Phil?
Are her legs still doing the whole exorcist thing?
No, they're straight out in front of her. She's sitting up in bed with her legs outstretched in
Well,
front
I
of her.
thought you meant she was sitting in a chair and she's just holding her legs up.
No. She's in bed, under the covers, just laying there.
That would have been my first fucking question if I walked in.
What the fuck?
What's going on down here?
Where do you guys?
You got orgasms.
That's how it got there.
So we don't have to worry about her legs. There's no weird
extensions.
exorcism.
You're getting ready to compete against Phil.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see. So the medic and the EMT get out of their rig. They have a quick chat with the the BLS EMT that's out there, and that EMT tells them all of what they found until they left. They give the full report outside of the house. So medic grabs their cardiac monitor, walks into the house. They go right up to the patient. They start asking the pregnancy questions like, "Hey, are you pregnant?" No. Is there a chance of pregnancy? No. They don't ask for any type of, hysterectomy or any type of pregnancy history, nothing like that. And then they also start, asking down the route again of do you have any abdominal, history, any surgeries? No. Any cardiac problems? No. Everything's a no. So medic connects her to the cardiac monitor, initial rhythm from the 4-lead EKG shows sinus in the 90s. They run an immediate 12 lead. They find no ST elevations or depressions, just sinus rhythm. So at this point in time, the equipment for extrication is back in the house, and the EMTs help her, stand up, sit down, get her all, attached to the stair chair.
Collapses and dies. Oh,
Right?
no.
Dies. I
Dies.
gotta get that soundtrack from the Croods. That'll be great. Where Nick Cage just goes, and they die. It'd be great. She's moved outside on the stair chair, placed on the stretcher, and then moved on into the rig. Once inside the ambulance, the paramedic steps in, asks her how severe her left upper quadrant abdominal pain is. And she goes, an 8 on 10. It's still very sharp. It's very constant. Plus my back hurts. About the same. And the medic then goes, well, I'm willing to give you fentanyl for pain. And she goes, oh, I don't want it. Yes, Gerard.
Does anybody ever ask her to describe what the pain feels like?
Sharp, stabbing, constant.
Sharp, stabby, no Terry, no nothing like that.
No Terry, no nothing. No diffuse
All right.
pinpoint.
Okay. All right.
So medic says, hey, I'll give you some fentanyl for pain. She goes, well, I'd rather not. And proceeds to tell a story that says, my grandmother was given fentanyl in the hospital, and then, a couple hours later she died, so I just want to stay away from it.
Because she was 97 and in the hospital.
Probably.
Okay.
Right? So
Gotcha.
So the medic goes, with no further explanations or conversations with this lady, goes, all right, cool. You guys got this one? And steps out.
Wait, what?
And
Wait. What just happened?
and
I was so
Butch
enamored
is done.
with the size of Phil's thermos, I could have sworn you just said the medic surfed
so
That's what I thought I heard too.
So, for those that were staring at the girth of Phil's water bottle,
But that was a two-hander.
um,
Look at that thing. God damn, that's sexy.
I did not stutter when I said the medic looks at the primary BLS EMT, says, yeah, you guys are good. She doesn't want fentanyl. You guys have a good transport, and steps
Wait, no,
out.
hold on. That's when EMT goes, no, I'm not good.
No,
You-
that's not
you only
true.
heard me
EMTs
say
can
that.
do everything, and they say, "Oh no, I got this. I've been doing this for years."
Grr,
Right?
People are not
Exactly.
pale for no reason.
grr.
There's
So
something going on. You're not pale for no reason unless you're fucking Count Dracula who never goes outside.
And you wonder why we don't get any respect.
Hmm.
There you go. I give you Exhibit A, Your Honor. The defense rests. Hey, there's Exhibit B.
oh
He just
man,
walked in the door. Look at that.
look
Exhibit
at
B
that
just walked in the door.
shit.
Look at
Hi.
Yes.
that.
You see what happened
How
was
you doing?
I miss you, my man. We need
I
to get
miss
to
you.
what had happened was Crew Together, and Eugene,
Wait.
Turek, Emily.
I know.
what did you just call me?
I know.
I'm
You.
talking-
That's what he called you. You.
Yeah, I think he
I
called
felt
you.
good.
You.
End of
I
August.
said-
You.
I was talking to Butch first, and then I said
Oh,
Gerard,
I'm just gonna-
Turek, and Emily.
Then I'll just stay the fuck out of this. That motherfucker talking to Butch. Excuse me.
Wow.
I'll just back the fuck up.
Ooh, I was
What-
saying,
Pardon me
What
all over
happened
the place.
was
I feel so
listen,
used.
you're gonna learn today.
Only because Butch said something first.
This is
Uh-huh.
like I'm money on the fucking counter, huh?
I ain't the one.
Damn.
Yep, gotta love it.
Man, I
Shit.
love all you guys. You know that.
Mm.
I don't.
We know you do.
Mm.
All right, go sit in the other room
That's
and
it.
watch the stream. All right.
That's it. I ain't charging you fucking fund rates no more. We're going up.
Ah!
That's messed up, man.
That's it. You cut.
Oh, that's too funny.
Listen, I still love you, brother. You know
I
that.
love you too.
turn his pager off tonight.
Yeah.
I will.
So yeah, guys.
Dude, I
let's-
want you to steal the damn thing and send me a picture of it.
Oh, there you go. And then
Ship it to North Carolina.
Oh, that'd be, dude. And then you could put it on your desk. Yeah, that'd be great. So let's pause for a second.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the room is not okay with the fact that the medic turfed this. So
No.
like is other than there's obviously something going on here. Do you guys have any, like thoughts in
The
your
fact
mind?
The fact that I don't know what's going on is all the more reason to stay. And yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like, it could be the unbelievable fucking super rare NSTEMI that, every fucking hospital stamps on somebody. But I mean, it very well could be. This could actually be the unicorn, or it could be something else. It could be something, with one of her organs, or some kind of fucking weird GI issue. I don't know.
If only we could test them in the field for troponins.
Em,
Wait.
what are you thinking?
I mean, I don't think I would take that as a BLS provider. Thinking as a BLS provider. But I don't think if we have a 40-minute transport, like, let's go.
But that's just to the non-cardiac hospital.
Right. No, they have a PCI.
No, that's the hour and a half one.
That's the hour and 15 minutes. They are transporting to the local community, 40-minute away hospital that just does some stuff.
Maybe not then. Maybe not. I'd push that a little harder then.
Well, and that's it. So like we all kind of agree that this is, the place where the EMT's like, yo, no. Like something's going on. As Emily says in numerous episodes, patient advocacy here comes high on the priority list.
Are they able to transmit the EKG?
Yes.
So why not transmit it and get somebody on the phone and say, hey, I'm sending this to you. Can you get someone that actually knows what the fuck they're doing to come take a look at it?
Because they turfed it BLS already and said, peace,
and
bro.
Then I would find another agency on way, be like, you need to come in my rig.
I agree. I don't know if I'd sit there and fight with this paramedic. I mean,
obviously,
I think that's probably wasting time. Right. But I'm not giving up on that yet.
Now, is it one thing to sit there and get like, I'm kind of trying to go through the thought process, put myself in that medic's, mindset of like, why are they turfing it? Is it because this lady's had the pain for multiple days? And vital signs are fine.
Worse. It's not the same.
Right.
Undereducated. He's undereducated. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I mean, I can agree with all of that, right? The pain's changed. It's increasing. But, it's a chronic problem.
There were no ST elevations in the front. What about our old friend AVL?
Couldn't tell you. I didn't see it. All I know is 12 lead had no ST elevations or depressions.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's
good for him.
Right?
Did anybody take a blood sugar?
Nope. No, we don't do blood sugars on this show. Just for Emily's sake.
They're totally normal. No, they're totally. If they're not altered, why would you do a blood sugar? We're not thinking that far ahead.
Whatever. It's fine. So,
go back to when Emily yelled at me for bringing a drunk to her without a blood sugar.
You're welcome. You never did it again.
I did not.
So
what? Never took the blood sugar again, or?
Yeah.
Anytime.
Even as an EMT, dude says, "You okay with this, right?" I'm like, literally, like, I already know me. The first words out of my mouth is, "You're kidding, right?"
You got someplace to be? Like you?
That's a stigma, though. That's a stigma, because ask all the EMTs that are like, "Oh, I can handle anything." Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Agreed. Right. That's the big thing.
I'm
good.
Our patients deserve better.
Yeah.
This is outside your scope. You have a higher level of care with you, and this is not something you send down the chain, dude.
Right.
Unless you know 100% what's going on and that it's bullshit, then yeah.
Well, and that's it.
And like right now, she may be stable, and there may be nothing at this point in time, but 10 minutes down the road, when she decides to go, and now you're fucking,
and all the more reason she's complaining of pain.
Right.
How about, okay, Granny got it fentanyl. They killed Granny with fentanyl. Okay, how about I try to kill you with morphine? Or maybe I try to kill you with some ketamine, or maybe I just try to kill you with some Toradol. I don't know.
Well,
How about, let me
I
try
don't
and
think
take
Toradol is
some of your,
the best
let me
bet.
take
There
some of your
was no
pain away.
discussion. There was no discussion about this.
Right.
There was, I'm going to give you fentanyl. No, I don't want it. Okay, goodbye.
so
There was
Right.
no other theory on it.
so
And her
that's
vital
Take
signs
pain away
right
with
now
something
will
else.
support morphine. Like
Yeah.
so that is exactly what was in my thought process while I was getting all of this information, in that, there literally was like, the medic came in, I'm surprised if they even thought about giving narcotics for pain. Clearly they thought, hey, she probably could use some narcotics for pain management. And then when she's like, nope, sorry, there was no education, there was no conversation, there was no like, hey, what was the story with your grandma? Was she on hospice? Like, was that why they were giving her fentanyl? And then she just passed peacefully. I'm going to give you, micrograms to what they gave your grandma. Let's educate the population on this stuff, because there's a lot of people out there that are scared of what fentanyl is in the news. Everyone thinks that it's going to immediately kill them.
But also,
Right.
like, educate them. Like, this is how I'm going to monitor you after. This is what I can do if you have negative side effects of this. Like, there's options.
Exactly.
So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, so you don't want to do pain meds. Okay, fentanyl's all you got. You don't want to fucking use it. You don't want to even consider anything else. Okay, well, you have a patient with a systolic of 160, complaining of chest pain, 8 on 10. Okay, nothing showed up on your 12 lead that shows, one side of the heart. How about go ahead and follow your protocol? Here, have some aspirin. Hey,
Well,
let's
that's
do
the other thing.
let's do a
Yeah.
trial shot of nitro maybe,
So,
and see if you get relief.
So it's really interesting that you brought that up, because I was just going through the chat here, and there was a couple interesting different things that were being talked about in the chat, in that there was, discussions about it could be mix of cardiac and GI, where their bowel sounds taken. I'm not, well, and then that again,
He does, not me.
doctors do, but the problem with bowel sounds is that bowel
20
sounds,
minutes.
you need 15 to 20 minutes to
I'm not
listen to
sitting there
them.
listening
20
to
minutes.
someone
It's
gurgle.
5 minutes in each quadrant.
Exactly. So like, for them to, I hear a gurgle. You're not doing it properly.
Yeah.
So EMS is not going to be doing bowel
I mean, you
sounds.
might as well be doing orthostatics.
Oh, don't get me going. Do not get me going.
Another Blue Lion drops there was a BG done. It was 72. Any aspirin or
Well, there
nitro
was.
given? No, that was a joke.
Blood pressure 120 and 80,
Yep.
respirations of 18, heart rate of 80.
Right.
Done.
BG is 72.
Yeah.
They do
But-
know. They do know Jesus is watching you when you write down 16 for respirations, right?
Oh no.
Watch me, bitch. Watch me.
But yeah, even there's even questions like, why wasn't aspirin nitro given, on just a,
Very least,
could this be cardiac in nature? Right?
I've got nothing showing
But I
that
mean-
there's any gross hemorrhage. I've got her complaining of things that sound like cardiac issue. Her skin is, kind of presenting like there's a perfusion issue. Hey, you know what? I've got aspirin here. Take some of that. And hey, oh, by the way, I've got systolic blood pressure to play with. Here, take some of this and let's see if it helps. If it does, great. If not, oh well. Bye, Phil.
Bye, Phil.
Bye, Phil.
Bye, Bye, Felicia.
It's all right. Send Justin.
Yeah, he's got it all. He's got that shit.
Yeah,
It's all him.
he's super EMT. He's totally got it.
Yeah, he's got this.
So vital signs are taken again, and
Busting it by 30. So
blood pressure via the manual cuff. Because again, remember now, there's no paramedic, so the BLS crew took it. Right, this is going in BLS to the hospital. Blood pressure via the manual cuff, 136/74. Heart rate of 86, strong and regular via palp. Respiratory rate 22, still non-labored.
Oh man, leave the belt on.
I was gonna say if he starts undressing
He
like
did. He took all the shit off, man.
somewhat. You know what bothers me about the little cubicle that he does this in, and I know I'm gonna be awful, is the giant fucking camel toe door. Like it drives me fucking crazy. That's like it's so right there. And once you see it, you can't ever unsee it.
Thank you. I didn't even notice it until you pointed it out. Now I can't stop looking at it.
You're welcome.
And he just walked through it.
You're welcome. So- look at that. He's back.
We're
Hey,
good.
so
Don't
is the
worry.
ghost.
Hey, it's the Valacia Ghost.
Hold on.
Hail to the champion, baby!
We're not worthy.
Right? So
Oh God, there it is.
I told you, man.
We're good. The other crew's taking it.
Perfect.
Sure.
All right.
Great.
So what
It looks serious. It looks
So-
serious.
You want to hang your poster up on that door for me, please?
hide the badge door.
Oh my Jesus Christmas.
You want that one?
Sure.
All right, so recapping vital signs because we're almost done here,
Taking a
guys.
singlet?
Vital sign for Phil who missed this. Vital signs are retaken. Blood pressure via manual cuff is 136/74. Heart rate of 86.
Was the blood pressure on the same arm as before?
Yes. Heart rate of 86, strong, regular via palpation. Respiratory rate of 22, still non-labored. SpO2 of 98% on the good old room air. Still complaining of 8 on 10 sharp constant pain to the left upper quadrant, just underneath that rib cage. So during transport, she starts complaining of some nausea and tells EMS that she feels as though she needs to vomit.
Wait, she complained of nausea before and said she had vomited. How was all from before? What the fuck?
That was a couple days ago that she vomited.
But she was still playing nausea at the house.
Correct. With no
Before they
right.
left.
She
So
felt,
another reason to stay.
You know what we can do?
We're
Fix that.
we are finding reasons to throw this medic under the bus. I 100% agree.
Knowledge.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Fuck them. Right? I
Fuck
agree.
'em.
The champ says, fuck them.
Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
We'll just
You suck. Yeah.
so
Wait. Is that a Douglas?
it
It's
is.
a Douglas.
That's a Douglas.
It's a Douglas.
Dougie.
Douglas.
Everybody's in
gentlemen.
the house
I
tonight.
am being requested.
Oh, they need.
They need
help?
2 people. Oh man, you're gonna fuck
Oh,
the
Ju-
entire stream, aren't you?
Just tell
I'm
Justin
sorry.
to use the combination nozzle. He'll be all right.
Oh no. I hate you, Phil.
No, leave it on. Leave it on. Leave it on.
Leave it on. We'll start the badge on
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah, we'll just look at freaking the artwork.
Oh no. I hate
Hey, wait, how's he getting away with wearing fucking khakis?
That's the new
That's
uniform.
the new
That's the
uniform.
uniform now.
Fucking shitting me?
We got polos. We got khaki.
Uniform, polos,
Polos.
and
You ain't gonna wear that shit no more? You lucky
Polo.
motherfuckers.
Polos and doodoo brown pants.
Doo-doo
Better
brown.
than the
Doo-doo brown.
bosses.
So nobody can see us for it.
Ava tells me every time I put them on, she goes, "That poopy."
Yeah.
I love it.
Damn.
All right, guys.
Toodles.
Just
All
leave it
right.
on.
Bye.
See you
Don't
guys.
fuck,
Have
up
a good
the,
night.
don't fuck up the cipher. You're gonna
Oh,
fuck it all up. Just leave it
he's-
open. Leave it on. Leave it open.
It's his
You're all right.
phone. He
Good.
can't.
Bye. Goodbye. Fuck your phone. Use Justin's.
Oh, look at that. Everybody's all
you fucked it up, dude.
fucked.
Oh, we're all fucked up now.
All right. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna fix this. Be right back. Stand
Your
by,
dad is
Houston.
TV repairman. Does he have an awesome set of tools?
Yeah, I'm an earth sign. She's
okay.
a water sign.
I-
Together we made mud.
I fixed it for the time being.
All right.
We're gonna run with it because I'm not
Well,
gonna.
when he comes back, tell him don't fucking log in. You're gonna fuck it all up.
I told him, yeah, fuck it. We'll finish it
Just
like
tell him
this.
keep
No big
his
deal.
beautifully feathered hair off the screen.
He's a very handsome feathered hair man.
There you go.
Ruggedly handsome feathered hair.
So let's finish this up because we're running a little long. So
Lots. Go ahead.
she becomes nauseous. All right, tells EMS that she feels the need to vomit.
Right.
And woohoo, what the fuck?
She's
Broken.
vomiting. That's probably what I would say too.
Sorry,
Woohoo! What the
I
fuck?
totally fucked up my own computer screen for a second there. They grab her a vomit bag, and about 5 to 8 minutes later, she vomits a red blackish emesis. The EMT, though, is unsure whether it's actually coffee ground within the bag. Okay.
Dude, unless she ate fucking like spaghetti sauce an hour ago, it's red.
Agreed.
Bad things.
Agreed. So after this time of vomiting, she now begins to burp over and over. This causes abdominal pain to increase.
Is this a gallbladder
From
thing?
8 to like above 10. She also notes that her pain is no longer just in the left upper quadrant, but it feels as though it's moving across both top quadrants.
Is this a gallbladder?
Interesting thought process. We also have ulcers being popped in on the chat. And she also goes on to say that the pain between her shoulder blades is still present, but it's slightly more severe than before.
Huh.
So, you guys are already kind of thinking about changes. Is there worrisome things that are developing? You guys are about 10 minutes away from the hospital at this point in time. You got a BLS crew. The medic abandoned
I'm
them.
like, damn sure everyone on the radio hears when I call that fucking hospital. That's right, we're coming in BLS because our medic decided he didn't want to take this call.
Right?
We'll be there in 5.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's coming out, baby. I ain't gonna fucking hold back. Hell no.
Yeah. I'm 100% with you. Right?
Ah,
let's
dude,
let's
I just-
throw
I just
right
want-
under
I
the
just
bus.
wanna read-
Stuff like that, I'm gonna put your nuts right in a vice and squeeze.
I want to re-ask the question. There's no history of anything, no surgeries, no anything.
None.
Okay.
When's the last time
When's
she
the
went
last
to
time
a
you saw a
doctor?
doctor?
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. So, M, you're sitting there again with your thinking face on. What's the thought process?
I mean, as a BLS provider, I'm going to take the facts for what they are. Like, her blood pressure went from 160 on 100-ish to 130 on 80. Her heart went from 80 to 90. She's vomiting blood.
yeah.
Shocky.
I don't like it. Yeah, I don't
Right.
like
We're
it.
trending downwards.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, I mean, in your BLS, so all you can do is treat something. You can just treat
I mean,
symptoms.
Right.
She went from
All I can do is treat
compensated to
symptoms.
decompensating now.
Yeah, your diagnostic tool is basically your.
She was nauseous.
They call them your Mark 1 eyeballs. So
Yeah.
that's it.
I'm going to take it for what it's worth.
Agreed. So ultimately, this crew arrives at the ER. They don't see any, significant changes. She remains how she is after the vomiting. All right. They give her over to the staff. And I do have an update, a pretty significant update for you guys. But before I give an update, is there any overall arching, things that you want to talk about with how this call went start to finish?
The fact that she hasn't eaten or drank anything appreciably in a few days, I was thinking about this earlier, and I didn't really get around to it. But maybe a little bit of fluid would have been nice too. I know it's not necessarily for blood pressure, but to kind of rehydrate the poor lady.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
a little something.
She's been nauseous. She's been vomiting,
Mhm.
right? She has that loose diarrhea type stool. She's
Yeah.
probably dehydrated, right?
Probably
There's another
dehydrated.
reason as to why the paramedic probably should have stuck around, or at least the
Right.
EMTs be like, yo, what the deuces?
Yeah.
You know?
I know your PlayStation's waiting for you, but work. Just saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like advocate for your patients. This patient need a lot of things that should have been done. The cardiac route, some fluids, some Zofran.
There's a bunch that could have been done for this lady.
Different pain meds,
Even
trial nitro, whatever.
Right. Even if they're like, sometimes we have to understand that we are going to bring people in and have absolutely no fucking clue what we're dealing with. And that's okay. Like, we don't need to be right. Like, we don't need to know what we're dealing with all the time. Sometimes we
You have to have a working understanding of what the processes are in the human body to figure things out a little bit,
Exactly.
Well, I may not have a definitive diagnosis. I can say, hey, okay, based on the signs and symptoms and what she's told me about the past few days, okay, I can give her some fluids. I can do this. I can do that because this is within my protocol. This is what they tell me to do. I don't have to sit there and.
And that's the thing too. Like, why aren't we treating symptoms? Like, this woman feels like shit. She looks like shit. Why aren't we making her feel better? I don't know what's going on, but I can make you feel better.
Oh, Granny died from fentanyl. Great, I have morphine.
Right.
I have so many other options. Or hey, like, yeah, I understand that was a really tragic event for you, but like, this is how I'm going to monitor you, and this is what I can do if you get too much.
Yeah.
Like, if you feel like it's too much, I can do this.
Right.
Yeah, I have these tools for monitoring. I can blood pressure.
Right. This is what I'm going to watch.
I can
give you 25.
I could put a thing in your nose to monitor your end titles, make sure you're not under breathing or over breathing. I can fix those things.
Right.
I have other medicine that can counteract it in case you get too much. You can take care of all these things.
A little bit of conversation would have went a long way, and a little bit of caring and investigating from the medic and thinking like, I think there was a rush to judgment of like, oh, this is chronic. She's just whatever. Like, her vital signs are fine. She's pale, but she's not crying. So, yep, I'm going to throw, you don't want some morphine? You don't want some fentanyl? Fine, whatever. Exactly. I'm done. They can handle this.
Even if it is chronic, you still have to treat the patient for what the patient.
Agreed.
And that's the thing. And I say that all the time to people. They're like, oh, they have these chronic illnesses, but that doesn't mean they don't have acute exacerbations.
Bingo.
You can still treat these things.
Right.
Or hey, some poor fucker has cancer. Okay.
Yeah, that's chronic. Are you
You're
not
going to treat
that?
their pain?
Right.
That's
right.
so cruel. So cruel.
100%. So the update that I have for you guys is kind of wild in that it opens up a whole door of conversation with this patient.
Stubbed her toe. That was it.
What was that?
No. She stubbed her toe, and that was all that was wrong with her.
UTI. There you go. So the hospital goes and evaluates her, and initially believes that she's got a case of gastritis, and that's what's causing this pain.
That wouldn't explain the stuff coming up.
Agreed. So remember, gastritis is inflammation of the lining of the stomach, right? The stomach wall itself.
Right.
So they think, okay, well, this would explain the pain. It would explain some of those other types of symptoms, but it wouldn't explain the, GI bleed type, symptoms.
You know what
there.
else it wouldn't explain? Why her fucking skin went to pale. And the diaphoresis, correct.
Yep. Well, she was never diaphoretic. She was just pale.
I'm sorry, pale.
Right. So,
and she's not emo, so.
But even still, it doesn't explain why she's pale either, correct?
Right.
So they put together a blood panel, and it comes back with a significantly high white blood cell count. So they go and investigate a little bit deeper. And they find through a lot more thorough history taking that she had recently come back from living 6 months abroad with her church group.
Oh, boy.
She only returned a few weeks ago, and this week she was staying with her mother just to visit because she hasn't seen her in 6 months. Gerard, why are you like, Turk's going to drop the ball and I'm going to hate myself for it? What?
Go ahead.
What?
Go ahead.
Malaria.
No, go.
Malaria. That's a good one, right?
That's what I was going with.
Due to
the
this
feverish feeling,
due to this
changing skin color,
right? Due to this new information, the doctors test a little deeper, and they find that she's contracted H. pylori.
Oh, Justin should have been here.
Right?
That is not as exciting as I was hoping for.
Nope.
Yeah, no.
No,
I was
it
gonna say
isn't.
Justin should have been here because that's his shit, man.
That is
no
his-
pun intended. He fucking like just say those words to him. If he gets back while we're still on, just say, "Hey, Justin, tell me about H. pylori," and then just sit down, crack open a good book, get your pipe going, and just get ready to
listen. Absorb that.
You'll be there for a while.
Exactly. Right. So
yeah.
She's ultimately going to be.
It's like some other medic we know with rhabdo.
Rhabdo. So
you know what I'm talking about.
she's ultimately going to be treated with multiple different types of antibiotics, and eventually makes it home. So I thought that this one was really interesting because, like, there's a lot of people out there that have never heard of H. pylori.
And like I said, I only heard of it from him, and I only know some of the signs and symptoms. I really don't understand it completely.
Well, and that's why I thought this one was really good, because once I deep dived into it, I found out a bunch of stuff that even I was unaware of. So,
but even when you think about H. pylori and you think about it in pre-hospital medicine, you treat the symptoms. There's nothing that you can do as a pre-hospital provider that's going to fix H. pylori.
Correct. Exactly. Right.
So
You
all
still
we can
treat
do
the
is
symptoms.
fluid management and treat
Pain.
treat with Zofran. Pain management, like you treat the symptoms, and we failed at that on this call.
100%.
We didn't do shit.
We didn't do shit for it. Right.
The only one who shit was the patient. Yep.
Agreed. So, I'm going to probably butcher this because I that's what I do. H. pylori is short for Helicobacter? Helicobacter? Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Helicobacter pylori bacteria.
Goddamn Germans got nothing to do with it.
A majority of patients with H. pylori never get sick or show symptoms. However, those that do actually show symptoms, those symptoms will mimic gastritis or ulcers. So you get abdominal pain, you get nausea, vomiting, including the coffee ground emesis, loss of appetite, you get burping and diarrhea, you get bloating and weight gain, you could get black tarry stools and other, symptoms of GI bleed, lower and upper. And what I thought was kind of crazy, and this just different, worsened abdominal pain on an empty stomach. So remember, she said she had soup the other day and her pain subsided, and then she didn't eat and her pain increased. Right. So that's something that's unique to H. pylori that doesn't happen in other things. So I was like, that's really interesting. Right. So ultimately, damage is done to the lining of the stomach and the initial part of the small intestine, aka the duodenum. Right.
Duodenum, yeah.
The duodenum. This is something that half of this I never knew, which is kind of cool. We all learned something, right? If left untreated, H. pylori can turn into chronic gastritis. That I knew. What I didn't know is it also can cause stomach cancer.
Yeah.
No shit.
That I never knew. So I was like,
too much of a good thing is bad.
Right? H. pylori is highly, and this is why they were thinking about this when they got that backstory, right? So it really shows you how important questioning is. H. pylori is highly prevalent in third world countries with unclean food prep and water sources or poor cleanliness and sanitation standards. So if
So
she
it's funny.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say it's funny, you know, you bring that up because I was just listening to something the other day, and dude was talking about, and he kind of reminded me of something. He's like, you know, how fortunate we are. He says, you know, and it's something that, you know, I never really thought about. I mean, it's something you think about at the time, but not, you know, on a day-to-day basis. If you've been overseas and you've been to other countries, and you know, like how fortunate we are that you can literally at damn near almost any place in this country walk over to a faucet, fill a glass of water, and drink it,
Right.
and not get violently ill.
Right. Not be like, I'm going to die from this. Great.
Right. And this is the and here's the shocker. Most of the rest of the world is not like that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
The majority of the world, you will become violently ill
Right.
if you drink the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't it like E. coli is the number one? Like, so C. diff is naturally found in your body. Like, if it gets too extreme, then you have an issue. E. coli is the second most toxic bacteria when it comes to like GI stuff, and H. pylori is the third.
Yeah.
Like, those are the three ones that you think of when you're talking about like GI bugs or like those bacteria that are causing GI symptoms. It's C. diff, E. coli, H. pylori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
the last thing that why it's so prevalent is H. pylori spreads so easy, right? Direct contact, person to person, saliva, stool, vomit, right?
But isn't part of that because it lives forever on like multiple different
Yes, it lives
surfaces.
It lives a long time, and this'll make everyone want to go and like freaking like brush your teeth.
Sanitize.
Right? It lives in the plaque on your teeth.
Yeah.
So like if you kiss your significant other, or you know, Phil has an oral moment with the, you know, vaginal door, you can spread H. pylori.
Wow.
Wild. Right? Poor Phil.
And it lasts forever.
And
they say like a bacteria that comes out in its unnatural environment will die soon, but H. pylori lives forever.
Yeah. So it's I thought like even though we don't ever hear about H. pylori, like it's not in your textbook, we don't learn about it in infectious disease and shit like that, or your, you know, abdominal GI chapters. I thought this one was like a good abdominal call for a lot of reasons, right? The cause, the symptoms, but also like the operations of it, you know?
Yeah.
So it kind of hit a bunch of talking points.
And it really kind of surprises me. So was this pre or during or post COVID?
This is post COVID.
So we should already be asking people, or at least be used to asking people, so you've been out of the country recently.
Yeah.
Especially with weird shit that's not ringing any bells.
Right.
I mean, like for this patient, they were out of the country, but H. pylori is still prevalent here.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like Turk said, like it's in the plaque of your teeth. I mean, that's one of the things when you send the cultures out for like GI stuff, that's one of the most common things that you test for, because it is prevalent here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that being said, I mean, it may have also been one of those things where, hey, I'm not getting my, you know, nothing's ringing a bell here. This is all looking funky. You know, I don't quite understand. You know, yeah, if I knew that, hey, maybe she just got back from a trip overseas, now I may not know what it is, but I might go, huh, maybe we should fucking like take some precautions and maybe, you know, this might be something that needs to go someplace a little more than the community hospital.
But that brings it up too, is like, okay, so I truly have no idea what's going on. Like, I wouldn't have come up with H. pylori for that.
I wouldn't have.
I'm still treating symptoms though.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, if I have no fucking clue, if I have no clue what's going on, I'm still going to treat that pain, that nausea, and that fluid loss.
Yeah.
Right. And that's again, that's a big thing of why I brought this up, because there was such a lack of doing that you know, that it was just like, yep, we're done. We're done here. Whatever. Cool.
And let me
Move
guess,
on.
he still has his job.
Of course.
Of course.
Well, of course, because the patient didn't have a negative outcome.
Right.
They still survived. And that's the thing, like, these patients, they're not going to die from not getting treated.
Right.
Not, you know, in the 40 minutes it takes to get to the hospital, but I still could have made a difference in that.
Right.
Yeah, this goes back to that thing we talked about how we measure ourselves, and not just with our junk, you know, but like actually. I know I'm bad, and there's courses that they just make you take for me.
Not on this show.
But I gotta stop doing this. I'm giving false advertising. Anyway, no, I mean, you know, our metrics are. Oh, hey, I got a code save, fucking intubation, you know, fucking some other big shit, you know, and it's like, okay, what do you fucking do? How often you do that? How often you get your code save? You know, okay, I ain't got shit. But you know what? Yeah, how many times did you turf a call that you shouldn't have, motherfucker?
Right. Yeah.
You
Call them out when they fuck up.
Yeah. How many times did you do that and you should have wrote that in? You know, why don't we keep track of that?
Right.
Yeah, you and I talked
But they won't. They won't.
No. It'll show how terrible the industry is.
Yeah,
that's what it'll do.
You and I talked about that one night, G, about like how many times you took the diff breather in and treated the diff breather, how many times you walked it, you know, done this, put on this call, that, you know, you talked about that one night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was the one that you're doing. You did some call. I forget what the hell it was, and I was, or you were feeling down about something. I forget what the hell it was, and I was like, dude, just think about it, man. How many times you know, how many people have you? I can count how many codes I've done, and I can count, you know, how many intubations and all that stuff. I can, if I sat and figured it out, I could figure it out. I can't fucking count how many fucking people I've gotten where they're fucking dying, and by the time we get to the hospital, they're fucking
Joking with you.
120 over 80 blood pressure, and they're fucking waving to the doc.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many of those there are. How many people out there are alive today because of me?
Right.
And my partner. You know, or you know,
But
or
that's
anybody
what
else.
kills me is everybody wants to gauge like, oh well, I had this save and I had this reversal, and like, so how many how many of them walked out of the hospital and had a successful life after? But B, that's not what I want to do.
No, it's 100% the fact, right? We look at the hero metrics,
right?
Because you know, and it's so skewed. I'm gonna end it here, but like, you think about it, like it's so skewed because we sit there and we go, oh well, great, I had 3 intubations this month. Okay, great. What's your success rate? 64%. But I had 3 intubations on the third try each.
Guess what? You had 3 intubations and they were all successful, 100%. Whoop-de fucking do. Great.
Right.
How many people did you fucking get who were COPD exacerbations or CHF flash pulmonary edema, and you fucking got there in time and you fucking got into the hospital, and then they were fucking satting 98% on room air when you walked through the door?
Right.
How many of those did you do?
Right.
Because that's what
But
actually fucking matters.
Nobody thinks about that though. They will come in, they'll drop a patient off. They tell me, oh, they were 56% on room air, and now they're here. They're joking with us, like all is great. I'm like, wow, guys, you did a great job. They go out, they don't think about it again because that doesn't mean anything to them.
Right.
They don't care about that.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't mean anything to the young guys that are just got their card, but you know, to the guys that have been doing this for 20 plus years, you know what I mean? Those are the ones that were like, holy shit, I actually did something for that patient, you know?
Well, even for me, I mean, I've been doing it 20 fucking years, but I got over that whole, big fucking, play moment type of fucking mentality to just, hey, you know what, this was kind of cool. Like I always think about one of the last ones I did there, where y'all, first got the push dose nitro, and I was the first one to use it, and that dude, man, he was fucking dying. He was dead man walking. That motherfucker was dead. He just didn't lay down yet. And if he did, he definitely would have flashed even worse. So, yeah, and like we wheeled him through the door, and he was sitting up talking, had his little cannula going, everything was great. Yeah, he was doing all right. So, Yeah,
Yep,
that
yeah.
that one always sticks out in my head. It's like, because that dude should have been dead, but me and your husband did something about it.
Yeah.
In fact, that was when I yelled on the highway and told him, "Hey, pull the fuck over, get back here, and help me throw this motherfucker on the bench," because he kept sliding down the cot and cutting his airway off. And I'm like, "Fuck this!" Yeah, boom, strapped him in. Hold that. Hey, how does that feel? Much better. Good. Let's go.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Stick with us here. We're gonna go to end of tour here in like 5 or 6 minutes. But thank you again for joining us on the podcast end of things. We will see you later on in the month. I forget. Let's see. What is the date of the next little thingamajig we do here? Oh, it'll be the 16th. Oh my God. We're gonna do the first time ever. We're gonna do 3 podcasts in the month of June.
And we have to do some Patreons.
And we gotta do some Patreons. But the Phil Foundation, the champ, is working on the next couple Patreon episodes. So till next time, guys, thank you very much. Again, get your fucking cronuts.
Get the cronuts.
Get your damn fucking cronuts. Get your merch, right? And
the cronut is right here.
What?
The maker of the cronut is fixing her hair.
There you go.
Miss Cronut.
Miss Cronut. Love it. Absolutely. All right, guys. Till next time, stay safe. Take care. We'll see you next time.
All right. Hey, you can...
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you want more information on the podcast or to send us a call review, please visit medicmaterials.com/podcast. To learn more about earning continuing education credit from listening to this episode or others, check out Medic Materials CMEacademy.thinkific.com. We appreciate your continued dedication towards EMS education and helping us advance the field. See you next time.
Is he listening?
No.
Now I can hear you.
So what you guys talking about?
See, you fucked
You.
up. Butch.
Me?
You should have said, nah, he can't hear you.
I hear you went to a Mets game.
I did go to a Mets game. I did
You heard
indeed.
who we met the other day?
I saw. I was so jelly.
I know, I saw that.
For like 20 seconds.
Fucking strawberry.
Yeah, he gave like a speech or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Did you have him
Hold
sign
on.
like a bunch of shit?
No, we didn't have a bunch of Daryl Strawberry shit.
You don't need a bunch of Daryl Strawberry shit. Like, whatever. You sign a can of Coke. I don't care.
I was gonna say an empty bag of crack, you'd be alright.
Yeah, right?
Empty bag crack.
Crack it.
If I wanted to take a picture with a crackhead, I go to the waiting room at the hospital.
We did. Good guy. I mean, nice
Very
guy.
nice.
No, Strauss is awesome, man.
Yeah.
Henry Johnson.
Yeah,
Him and Doc were like my fucking yeah, man. I had all the baseball cards and shit when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
We went down
I
to
actually got one baseball card where it shows Doc. I guess I don't know what he was doing, but they must have clipped it right at the right time, and I guess it made it through this whatever fucking filtering process to make sure you don't get any shitty looking pictures of guys. And they caught him like this dumb looking on his face, looking out over here, and he's like adjusting his cup. It's a 1987 Topps. If you can find one, you'll see what I'm talking about. He's grabbing his fucking cup, like adjusting it, and they took the picture.
Nice.
And then put it on the fucking baseball card.
And then put it on a baseball card. Good for them.
Yeah, right.
Cal Ripken's brother there was holding his baseball bat. Where
where it says,
on the handle of his bat.
Fuck you, right.
Yep.
Yeah, they had to pull that out of circulation. Yeah.
Gotta love it. It is really good to see you, Cor.
You too, Mike.
I was talking to Jess about the fishing trip. We're gonna plan our entire summer this week. So I will be getting back to you guys.
Of fishing.
You shut up, you.
There's a lot of fishing going on.
We know. You know, there's a lot of freedom and a lot of hot weather and a lot of beach and sand and
fishing
and
you
fishing
don't even
and guns and all the shit that you guys love. Yeah, we know.
You don't have to do beach and sand to fish either. You can. There's plenty of water to fish, fresh and salt.
Yep.
And brackish.
So I was gonna text you this week, Cor, when I was giving you dates for that, but is it a possibility, yes or no, to add one to our trip, and that one being Foster?
Oh yeah.
I figured you wouldn't say no to Foster.
You can have up to 6.
All right, cool. I might when we did the trout thing last year, he was like, "Oh, that seems really cool. Like, we should do that." And I was like, "I wonder if we could just tag along and just bring them. Like, why not? I think that would be
come here and do some real fishing.
No, nobody likes you, Gerard.
You should come here.
Warm weather fishing. Shut up.
Come here. Go out on one of the big boats. The real boats.
Like a real boat in the
and
ocean.
Go out there in that open water where it's all blue, and then fight the fish for like 8 hours.
What is the fucking water
that's
yellow?
That's not any fun to me. That's not any fun to me.
Oh yeah. It is when you get that 800-pound fucking marlin up on the boat, damn it.
Okay, so I'll be honest.
And then you're eating the motherfucker later.
I will be 100% honest. I've always wanted to go deep sea fishing. My dad always joked that it was fishing in the aquarium. However, I would totally giggle over catching an 800-pound fish. I don't care what it is. Like, I would be totally like, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
I'm like an instant gratification guy. Throw the line in, catch the fish.
You catch an 80-pound tuna, and then you'll strip the shit out of it, turn into big long strips, and then go out and go after
the big fish.
The big fish.
Yeah. Love it. See,
it's kind of the hook. It's like you get the 80-pound tuna. You're like, ooh, I caught a fucking 80-pound tuna. And you're like, yeah, nah.
So
they're like, nah.
So
that's just
Gerard. It sounds like you have a job in that you need to book a trip, and we'll come down to visit you to go fishing.
All right.
I second that.
That's what it sounds like.
All right.
I mean, I'll get a bigger fly rod if I need to. I'm always into buying fishing poles,
Yep. Oh, there's some flats down here. You can get some flat fishing in.
Are there I don't even know why I'm asking this because I doubt you would know, being that you just moved there. But do snakeheads go all the way down there? I know they're invasive, and they're kind of like in patches here, there, and everywhere. But like
I don't know.
My dad has wanted to.
I know it's a Chinese thing. I know.
Yeah. My dad has them where he is in Maryland, and
it's
he
very
says
possible that they did come down here.
They're crazy, but
I haven't heard anything about them.
Yeah, so like there is no limit on them in Maryland. Like you can go out and get 100 of them in an hour, and they're like, "Yep, just kill all of them," because you know they're
it's like fucking pythons in Florida. Yeah,
right, exactly.
And lionfish. Now the big thing down there is killing lionfish.
Really?
Oh yeah, they have whole tournaments for killing lionfish.
I watched an episode
as many as you can bring in because they're killing the reef fish and the reefs are dying.
Yeah, the boys and I watched an episode of Dirty Jobs where they were down in Florida killing the iguanas because they're like the pythons. There's like 4 bajillion of them and they're taking over.
Yeah, we used to have these cool little lizards and geckos and stuff like that when I was a little kid. Now you don't see them. All you see are those big ugly motherfuckers with curly tails.
Yeah.
You don't see any of the cool little lizards anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
They all got eaten up. But yeah, so Val, I have a break here in the conversation. I cannot believe I am still awake either. Since I was up all day yesterday, I drove 4 hours to New York City. I spent like 6 hours there. I drove 4 hours home. I stayed up for an hour and a half, and then I went to an EMT practical this morning, and I've been up ever since.
Oh,
so,
EMT practical?
yeah. I will talk to you about that later in private.
What? Where'd you do this?
So we went up to our own our
stage out because he's like, bring something, just say no, and I was like, fuck.
We blah 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 blah. I went up and did it at the old place you and I used to teach at.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's a lot going on right now.
I know there's a lot. I had to mute Emily, so that's all I heard.
He's still not muted.
What?
I'm aware just like confesses to a fucking murder.
You're right.
You know, like I stuck that motherfucker 8 times.
What did he do?
I'm like this and like that, you know.
I swear, if we watch Emily murder Corey,
are we live right now, or are we still on off?
Oh no, we've been live for the last like 10 minutes.
Oh, so it's your conversation.
Like, so the whole conversation, everybody heard.
Yeah, no, you guys. Oh. So I mute you guys.
I thought you were talking about killing somebody.
No. I mute that. Like, yeah.
Oh, we can also hear it, though.
Well, that means Corey's been live for past 10 minutes.
No.
On camera.
Well, yes, he has. Yeah. See, right now I've muted them so that I can't hear them. 10 minutes. But there you go. Now you guys are back.
Is this where I say donuts?
Donuts. Yes.
Nah, you gotta wait another freaking half hour, an hour or something, man. You're too early. You're fucking up the cipher.
Fucking up the program.
You scared him away. You scared him away.
No.
Oh,
no. But yeah, I have absolutely no. So yes, I did a practical today. I think it went fairly well.
Right.
I actually passed some people, so kudos. Good job to me.
That's what you hope for.
That's what you hope for.
Okay. I was at work the other day and I had a guy call and he was like, "Oh, I want to do this EMT class in XYZ city, whatever." It is $1,600 that you have to pay up front for an EMT class. I made a very successful career out of EMS.
Wow.
It was free.
So more and more.
I paid $900 for my EMT course.
More and more.
$1,600.
Yeah,
for a high school student who graduates in 3 days has to pay up front to be able to take this class.
So a lot of EMT classes now, because so many are getting shut down, are upping prices.
That blows my mind. To go work a job to get paid $16 an hour.
The standard right now in our area is like a grand, 900 a grand.
I paid 900 to go get a job for 12.
Blows my mind.
Yep.
Yeah, let me pay $1,600 to work a job that's going to pay me $16 an hour, which I can't get full time at.
So I don't know if he's still on, but I don't know if he's still on, but I had a conversation with Mac a couple months ago, and we were talking about different, tuitions for EMT classes. He was saying that New York City, $3,500.
Oh my God, absolutely not.
For an EMT
I can get
class.
an associate's degree for that.
Yeah. $3,500. So like the $1,600 in like our area or wherever ain't the worst in New York State.
It just blows my mind though. Like we are in a national shortage, and then we're gonna make it harder for kids to go to school.
But the problem is like if tuition has to be up front, and like I
agree because of how reimbursement works. Like I get it.
The reimbursement rates are about $400, $500, $600 too low, right? From the state.
No, I agree.
We don't get you need the capital up front to be able to pay the people to teach it.
I know.
So and how many times have I told you guys, I have 20 signed up for class, and then 12 show up on the first day, and 8 are just ghosted because they have no money in the game. If you say, hey, it's $900 up front, they got $900 on the line. If they don't show up, that's wasted. It makes them show up. If they quit later, I don't fucking care because I'm taking your money. But at least they showed up.
Yeah. No, I get it. It's so different than when I took my EMT class, and it was like, oh, well, you're associated with an agency, so it's free. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll just do it then.
Right.
And like, I happen to make a successful, and not everybody's like that, I get it. But like, if I had to pay $1,600 up front, I would never become an EMT.
Right. But even with the reimbursement rate, like New York State reimbursement for like CFRs, $220 per student.
Even for the EMT, it's not that much.
For an EMT, it's $700. For an EMT refresher, for an EMT, it's $700. For the original, for a refresher, it's like $350. Something like that.
If I'm paying $1,600, then give me more education and give me a license. Screw that.
I'd love it.
$1,600, you're out of your mind.
I would absolutely love it. But yeah, I think a lot of programs you're going to start seeing, because there's nothing, at least in our state, that says you can't charge extra tuition. So like they'll charge the $700 because that's guaranteed money reimbursed. But then they'll also say, oh, it's now $1,000, so they get $300 worth of profit out of it. You're going to start to see that everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
100%. And then eventually you're going to see that EMT class is no longer held outside of colleges. I think that's where it's going.
But if that's what it's going to be, then give me a degree for it. Give me a license.
100%.
I'm happy to pay.
Get your fucking nurses union out of the way.
That's what I'm saying. I have an associate's degree nursing license. It was $20,000. I'm happy to pay that. Give me my license.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's see. $700 up front, $900 in Columbia County, New York. Let's see. WW2 Girl says in her area it's go with a volunteer fire department, EMT or fire academy, no cost to you.
That's how I got my EMT, was no cost. It was free.
It's also
I didn't have to pay shit.
It's also the same with career firefighter. EMT is already included in that. It's a 26-week academy, and 10 weeks of that is EMS. It should be like 24 weeks of that is EMS and 2 weeks.
Well, that kind of blows my mind that in 10 weeks you're going to learn enough to be a functioning EMT on an ambulance or wherever you are.
Yeah. So, but Chris brings up a good point. Like, nothing in the world is free. We all know that. So, like, it's free for you, but like somebody pays for that. So the fire company pays for it, but when I did my EMT class, New York State was paying to get EMTs.
So my company did not pay shit for me to go to EMT class.
Right.
And they got reimbursed $350 if I passed.
So, okay, so that might have been a different program, but like how it is right now, structured with the reimbursement way they do it now in New York, there's two ways to get reimbursement. The course sponsor can sit there and go, okay, you are a member of ABC Ambulance. Great.
Right.
ABC Ambulance says, yes, they're a member. We'll give you $700 for tuition. When they pass, they vouch the state and get their $700 back.
Right.
Or the course sponsor who holds the class vouches for you with no money up front, puts you through the class. If you fail, they're out $700.
They get no money.
They get nothing. Or you pass, they vouch the state and get $700.
I don't disagree with paying for an EMT class. But if you're going to charge me almost $2,000, give me a fucking license for it.
Right. Yeah. I'm in agreement. I think,
or at the very least,
I'm all for paying for it.
Paramedic school.
That's what I'm saying though. Like you have to give me more than this bullshit certification.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I don't see why we can't mimic, other countries' programs in that the only thing that you come out of college in paramedicine is paramedic, right? There's no other, like the only level that you can be under paramedic is if you're a volunteer, right? Then you can choose to be like the EMT basic equivalent that they have. If you're going as a paid professional that's going to go do this as an industry person, you are a paramedic when you come out of college. So you go just like you would, I'm going to go for English literature and get my degree. You go and you become a paramedic. 4 years and you're a paramedic, right? It's a bachelor's degree. You come out as a paramedic 1, right? 1 year after you're a paramedic 1, you have to take a test and become paramedic 2, and then you're set.
And what are the pay rates going to be with that kind of education?
Some of the highest in the world.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, though. It's all tied to education.
The model is different here. The model here is they only get paid per call. It's not like it is like in this state. It's mostly county funded, taxpayer funded. They don't pay attention to that shit. So they have amazing training standards and shit like that they do. They have some issues with some of their protocols, but aside from that, this is how it's supposed to be done. It's not. It should not be a pay for service type of fucking deal. Because that's when you have that mediocre fucking bullshit up there that it just continues and it just doesn't stop.
Right. So I agree. Right here, like in the US, it's stupid, right? It's all fucking broken and stupid. So I brought up the country that does the 4-year degree, like I was like just detailing, is Australia, right? All of Australia is one company. It's Australian EMS, and then it's broken up into each province has their own provincial, EMS system, right?
Yeah, you're actually a civil servant.
Correct. Average paramedic salary.
Like the NHS in the UK, same thing.
So average paramedic salary in Australia, $91,788 per year, or $47.07 an hour. Entry level, which is your paramedic 1, is $61,241.
It's not that great.
It's fucking better than here. Are you fucking stupid?
You're talking about a 4-year degree. A 4-year degree, and you can make less than what I was making out here.
I don't think that's a bad starting point.
Neither do I.
With a 4-year degree,
when you can only go up from there. I don't think that's a bad starting point.
I mean, if they're saying average paramedic salary is $91,000,
there's probably one lower.
That means there's definitely higher people.
What would you as a nurse with your BS be earning fresh out of the box? I'm just curious. I really don't know.
Probably 66.
Okay, so
Right
right
around.
around in that area. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so
That would be my guess.
So
Okay.
I did a little bit more Googling, and it says the most experienced paramedics can earn upwards of 124.5 thousand per year.
Okay.
So
I don't think 61 is
sounds
a bad
good.
starting point.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
no, like so I just was looking into getting a second another per diem job to do like one shift a week, and I was looking at their their pay and their full-time hours and stuff, and their full-time hours would have bumped me like up to 57, and I'm like, okay, that's better, but now I'm working 8 times as much. Like,
I don't know. 57 for a full-time paramedic with experience blows my mind. That's terrible.
I 100% agree.
As a part-time EMT with no experience, I was making 35.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
But that's I mean, again, you want to talk about raise the education standard. Okay, well, great. You raise the education standard. Who's going to show up to pay for a bachelor's degree in paramedicine when they show up and come out the other side and they're like, well, that's great. Here's your $22 an hour job.
Well, I agree.
Well,
I think that raising the education standard, you raise the pay.
Exactly.
That's why I'm fighting for the education. Like, if
they
you're going to
won't
put
raise
these people through college, well, that's a whole nother issue.
But okay.
That's because the pay is equivalent to how the structure is set up is because everything's based
Well, I
on
agree.
Medicare, Medicaid.
It's
structure.
reimbursement rates, which hasn't been changed in 50 years.
But again, there's so many layers to the onion, right? It's not only just like reimbursement rates, it's also what percentage, and Chris, I know you're going to get really upset that I'm even going to say this, but how much of our EMS population does it for no money?
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Right? They volunteer their professional services.
But that's lowering our standard as a whole.
I agree.
Like we will never be taken seriously until we're 100% paid, and I fully believe that.
When was the last time you saw volunteer, police? When was the last time you saw volunteer anything that you took seriously? Right? So yeah, if you are going
how much do volunteer nurses make again?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's right. We don't have those.
Right.
Well, that's the thing. Like, and then you talk about it from a patient's perspective. I have a choice between a career nurse who gets paid for what they do and a volunteer. Who am I going to pick?
Yeah.
And like it's one thing to sit there and be like, okay, it's this, and this, but there's all those facets. So like you need federal government change which is never going to happen. Throw that out the window because it will never fucking happen. Right. The system needs to burn and break down to even be able to become fixed. Right. The whole thing will collapse.
Nothing's going to change until
It
Grandma
collapses.
and all these other people that are just lay people start going, why isn't there an ambulance showing up when I call 911?
Right. And then it's going to be the other people that didn't show up that are going to be the ones going, oh, well, those paid people are so fucking stupid and they're taking over our district. Well, show up to your fucking calls.
Well, and it's funny you bring that up because I know what you're talking about. I know the area you're talking about. And it's funny that those people that form those little, message boards. Oh my God, I'm so old. Message boards. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Chat rooms.
Facebook groups and, IRC chats and all that. No, man, these are people who, they talk a great big game. If you call them out on their actual facts that they are fucking completely worthless and useless,
name calling.
They come up with their 18-point plan of how we're going to go about making sure that they don't say that in public again about us, because we're all that in a bag of fucking chips. And I hate to break it to you, but all y'all fucking volunteers, especially the ones out in that county, out in that way, Yeah, man. Good luck, because y'all suck.
Yep.
All right, y'all suck. I don't even know the way to put it, man. We had the one next to our fucking town that me and him worked in. Man, it was a miracle. Jesus Christ had an easier chance walking on water than it did for these fucking guys to crew a fucking call. And the one time they did, and I say, holy shit, because I was there to witness it. And I fucking videoed it with my partner. And I did it in the style of fucking Steve Irwin. And I was like, Rocky, it's the elusive ambulance emerging from its lair, you know? And of course I put it on Facebook right off to my, butt hurt. Oh, how dare he say that? Oh, blah, blah. And then I got my boss, please take it down. Take it down. We got to play nice. I'm like, man, fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. They're fucking bunch of pussy assholes that don't fucking come to their calls. I don't give a fuck about them.
Yep.
All right?
Yeah.
Sorry. All y'all volunteers, you had your time in the sun. Time to go get paid or go do something else.
Yeah,
Sorry.
And you talk about it and they get up, volunteers are this. No, y'all suck. I mean,
no.
I posted, yeah.
But at the same point, like Emily brings up the point of education standards, right? So like we all do something involved in education. We all know the standards, right? Even though paid providers are getting paid, the education isn't up there enough for them to get gone. Like there's still paid providers that will spend 20 minutes looking at certain respiratory patients and not do anything until they're dead and wonder why they're dead. Right? They
won't even wonder. They'll just go back and be like, oh, yeah, I did everything I could.
There's still those providers. So
I did nothing I could and they died. I don't know why.
So until we make it so that the education standards and we raise that bar so high that we kill every opportunity for the roaches to climb the ladder, the roaches will die off, and the people that deserve to be in the industry and get paid what they actually deserve, those will be the ones that stay there. Why do you think the people that work at my wife's job work there? And the people that shouldn't don't. Because they've raised the education level so high that if you don't hack it, get the fuck out.
But look at your wife's job, because they're not the highest paying job for either field.
No.
For paramedic or nursing. They're not at all. Not even close.
Nope.
So you are taking a pay cut to take that job, and yet they are still one of the hardest people to get a job with. Why? Because their education standards are up.
Yeah. And people want to know shit.
Exactly.
It's that simple. But I don't know. Emily, on that note, I have a question for you. Do you have anything for Nurses Be Bitches tonight?
Ooh. I was waiting for it.
It's been a while.
I have one. I know. I got my schedule changed, but I have one.
Hold on, you gotta do the promo.
Right, hold on. Give me the promo. The cackle. as she just hates her life every time I play this.
Nurses with bitches.
Nurses be bitches.
It only makes me giggle.
All right.
So I had a patient this week that came in by EMS. It's going to be kind of like a case study here. Came in by EMS. He is a liver failure patient. Came in with altered mental status and hypotension. They get a room right away, which is a miracle in and of itself.
Miracle.
Yeah, literally. The nurse comes over. They give like, hey, this patient's hypotensive and altered, like just a heads up, whatever. The nurse looks at me. I'm the one that's telling them, like, hey, you're 5 minutes out for a hypotensive altered mental status. You got 5 minutes to prepare. She looks at me and goes, well, I can't right now. I'm dealing with this chronic anemia patient that has had blood going for 2 hours, that has another 2 hours to go. She needs to go in and do something with them. And I said, well, let's prioritize a little bit.
What?
She ignored this patient. So as a paramedic, you bring in a patient whose last blood pressure, now you did a line, you did fluids, you did everything you could, 70 on 30, heart rate in the 90s, color of a highlighter, end stage renal, or liver.
Liver, yeah.
And you have this nurse say, oh, I'm with another patient. I'll be right with you. That is the fucking priority.
Seriously.
Wow.
22 minutes it took for that nurse to go in. 22.
Well, I'm really good they got that app though. That app really fixed everything.
Were you the charge nurse or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Man, I gotta get you some tools that you can keep at your station. So when people start doing that,
just
you can have an attention getter, you know?
I have a stress ball that I will just chuck at them.
There you go.
That's good. That's good. I was thinking more of a cricket bat with holes drilled in it to cut the wind resistance, but sure, that would work too.
Like the fact that you come and see this patient and don't realize that everything has already been done and was like, oh, well, where's the EMS report? They left 22 minutes ago, girlfriend. 22.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
See?
And a nice.
I don't know.
Well, hey, at least she didn't ask them why they brought that patient there.
No, she did.
She really did.
She did.
Are you fucking kidding me? I was literally making a joke.
Never
Well,
mind the
at least
fact
she
that
didn't do
that patient was there with us, was
Why did you
discharged
bring this
6
patient
hours earlier. The amount of times that people ask me that blows my mind.
Wow.
Even when I work at other hospitals and one of them is like a critical access, if you will, in the city, whatever. And they're like, why'd you bring him here? I was like, I don't know, probably that giant red cross on the front of the building.
So if I make a meme, would you post it up in the ED for me where they could see
100%.
it?
100%.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh yeah.
Oh boy, here we go.
I'm
there like moss to a flame.
The meme
Bingo.
creator.
It's gonna be it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be like, hey, when you start to think about why someone's bringing a patient here, refer to this.
But that's always their first thing. Like, it's a personal attack on a nurse when an ambulance brings a patient to them. Not like, you go into work in an ER and you're like, oh, I'll make it 12 hours without getting an ambulance. Unrealistic.
Right.
Yeah,
Unrealistic.
I know.
Yeah,
it's like, did you just want to work on a floor? Is this really where you want to be?
Yeah, but they're even upset on the floor too.
But my point is then you don't have to worry about ambulances bringing you people, that you're not expecting. That might cut into your free time,
You call up, you're like, hey, I'm giving you a patient in XYZ bed, and they're like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Did you think you were going to make it 12 hours with an empty bed?
Because I hate you and didn't want you to have any fucking food today. Have a great day.
Sorry.
But why? Because your mommy doesn't like it. That's why.
Because your mommy drinks.
It never did. It never registered to me the amount of everyone sits there and talks about the white privilege, this privilege, the amount of nurse privilege to sit there and fucking walk around with their fucking dicks out, waddling through the hallways going, yeah, I can't fucking get a patient today. Who the fuck do they think they are? You're a fucking nurse. Pipe the fuck down.
I never realized it. I worked in hospitals pretty much my entire time in EMS as well, and I never noticed it until I took the position I'm in now. And I'm like, they're like, well, this ambulance said they would be here to, pick up the grandma to go home with 3 hours ago. And I was like, it's weird that they're not paid there to just take transports out of our hospital.
Right.
How strange. What an odd concept.
That's all right. Maybe instead of all the little pens and scissors and shit, they should start giving them rulers, or EMS should carry little rulers so that when they mouth off to us, we could be like, oh, here's your ruler. Why are you giving me a ruler? You can measure the size of your dick. There you go.
Yeah. EMS week if next week or next year.
Oh,
there you go. Yep. For Nurses Week.
Great.
There you go. We can give them all. We can give them all medic materials rulers.
Oh, we should have act like a nurse day for EMS. Just one day. When we walk into a hospital, and every time we fucking walk in, we get to act like a nurse.
Oh, what's this? Who's this patient? I don't know.
No, just walk up with a patient. With, why are you working here? What do you? Why is there even a room with a bed here? I don't fucking understand.
Why am I here? Why
What's wrong with this patient? I don't know.
I should have just taken this patient to my house.
They were just supposed to be here. Oh God.
You guys chose to go to the hospital. It has anything to do with you guys at all.
Right. Gotta love
Yeah,
it.
they hate when I tell them that. Why'd you bring it here? Because I hate you and didn't want you to have food today. I don't know.
Please tell them that next time.
No, my
Well, why
favorite.
are they
next?
here?
What do you mean next time? Like I haven't said that before? Have you
Do
met
it
me
when I'm
ever?
there. Do it when I'm there.
Have you met me ever?
Hey man, I had a doctor with a nurse fixation, and she asked me that same question, and I gave her the answer about the fucking big blue H out front. That's why I brought the patient here. Oh, you're the doctor. Well, same answer.
Yep.
I know the hospital you speak of.
Yeah. Yeah. She come walking out, look like a nurse to me. Why did you bring her here? There's a big blue H out front. That's why.
Gotta love it.
Every time.
The chat says we used to the quintessential diversion patient. We used to bring them patients when they were technically closed, just to piss off the nurses. The nurses would tell us, "Be advised, we're closed," and we would tell them, "Copy, see you in 10 minutes." Absolutely agree. I just did
that the other day. There's a hospital. There's a local hospital that like it's very specific. This patient had to go there. And they're like, "Oh, be advised we're on diversion, like divert to the next hospital." And I was like, "Be advised, diversion's a fucking courtesy."
Right.
So funny you bring that. So I was working at the place that just went under that your company just took over for. I'm trying to word this in ways that we don't, use names.
Piss off the squirrels.
You talking about me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the daughter of one of the dudes that we worked with works there too. She was my partner that day, and you know what I'm talking about. He's the guy who gave you an issue about walking the patient out,
Yeah.
So so she was my partner one day, and we go to a 911 call, and she wants to go to the big hospital. And the company dispatcher goes, "Oh, by the way, that place is on diversion." I was like, "I noted." And talking to the patient, blah, blah, blah. "Oh, she wants to go there." I said, "Okay, well, let's go there." His daughter looks at me and goes, "Didn't you hear they're on diversion?" I said, "Yeah, give me the radio." So I took the radio and I said, "Hey, this is the number of the ambulance, and we're en route to that hospital. You know they're on diversion, right?" I said,
"Yep."
"Well, yes, I do. Thank you very much, and that's where we're going." I said, "I like to get in trouble." Click. So.
I mean, the thing is, and like, here's the thing. Educate the patient. Like, hey, there's going to be extended wait times. You may be waiting forever to see a doc. You may be whatever.
Right.
If they still want to go there, that's their fucking choice.
Exactly.
That's
exactly
on
what
them.
I did. That's all I said. The place is on diversion. I said, doesn't mean I can't take you there. It just means you're going to wait a while. She goes, "That's where I want to go. That's where my doctors are," and blah, blah.
Perfect.
Yep.
Let's go.
Say no more.
There was
I did that one night. Too bad Phil wasn't here to corroborate the story, but we called the big hospital. They said they were on a psych diversion. And Phil's like, "Oh, they're on psych diversion. Okay, give me your phone. I'm going to call the hospital." So I call him, and the doctor said me the same thing. I was like, "All right, here's what I'm going to do, doc. I'm going to go to the other hospital. But when I get done, I'm going to call your head doctor tomorrow and tell him that you told us we could come here for a medical problem." Well, I click, hung up on him. And the next day we made a phone call after I called our boss and said, "Hey, I did a thing."
I did a thing.
So we listened to the tapes and stuff. He's like, "Yeah, I have no problem with that." So yeah. And then we talked to the head doctor, and he's like, "Yeah, they should have refused to have a chat with that doctor." So yeah, it was a thing.
So I don't know if it happened. I've never seen it happen with like our companies and stuff in our area, but maybe like some of the other larger agencies might do this. But years ago, when I worked for the commercial service in a city that had 2 hospitals, one hospital was like where you took all the trash, all the overdoses, all the psych patients, all the traumas. The other hospitals where you took all the uppity people. You took the respiratory patients, you took the cardiac patients, you took the pediatrics, like you took all the people with MVP healthcare. That's where you took those people, right? And we as a company, if we would come back with stories of like, yeah, those fucking nurses over at the uppity hospital are being stupid again, we'd be like, all right, company-wide memo, we're bringing all of this shit over there. And we would drop all of the drunks off there. We would drop all the overdoses there, like anything that wasn't trauma. We would drop there, and they would blow a fucking gasket every time. And we would do it not just for like a day. We would do it for like 7 solid days.
But that's the thing they don't realize is like at the end of the day, EMS has the last laugh on this.
Yeah, they're a fucking hospital.
It's not us.
Like,
well, you guys get the last laugh at the, all the way to the bank, but yeah, no, we can laugh too.
I mean, fair.
We can chuckle, they can laugh. Exactly.
I still clock out on time every single day.
Must be nice, charge nurse.
Yeah.
Mr. Maha, do you have anything?
I do not know.
All right. Well,
really?
Then
wow, that's fucking whacked.
He didn't.
Wow.
Yeah.
All this time, and he didn't have nothing prepared for no random shit.
That means it's trivia night.
Really? Because I would have come up with random shit. No, hold on. I got random shit.
You're not allowed to have random shit.
I got random shit.
It's not Gerard's random shit segment.
All the trivia, random shit. I got random shit.
All
you
right.
can't just stop the intro halfway through.
Exactly. I don't have an
if he ain't gonna shit, then I'm gonna shit.
Hold on.
Right?
Hold on. Can I at least hit the random shit intro?
Feel free.
And I'll just put Gerard's random shit in there?
Feel free.
Okay.
I can feel it. The randomness is flowing.
Woo!
Yeah, that's about how I was about to come across the goddamn counter on this bitch today. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh shit.
Yeah. There are places that don't take cash anymore.
Yes.
When you say, here, I'm paying in cash, they go, oh no, we don't take cash. Wait a minute. You don't take the legal fucking currency of this country? Nah, we don't take cash. Only credit. Wait, hold on a second. What if I don't have credit? Not that I don't, but what if I don't? And I just want to pay with cash. Oh no, we don't take cash. What the fuck is going on?
So
that we are living in a society now that there's places that don't take fucking cash.
So Citi Field, where the Mets play, is a cashless facility. There are two, and I just learned this, right? There are two what's called reverse ATMs that you feed money in, and it spits it out on a Mets gift card that you can take around the park and slide.
Oh no.
Yep.
No.
Yep. The last time I went there, I brought, cash, and they were like, yeah, none of that works. I was like, you don't take, same thing. You don't take legal tender?
Not work?
Because, yeah, it's a thing. The world is upheavaling as we speak.
So if there is any fucking like actual attorneys out there that want to file like real lawsuits and shit, I would really be curious to see how far I could go challenging this shit, because you're not treating people equally under the rules here, and we kind of supposed to have that, because when you're segmenting out a complete group of society that may not have credit, you're kind of disenfranchising a whole bunch of people, possibly even the same people that don't know how to go get a driver's license to vote.
I don't know. It sounds like your white privilege is showing tonight.
I don't know, man. Maybe these are people that don't have good credit, so they have cash. They work for a living. They get the cash. They got the cash. Maybe they use a check cashing store. Who knows? But they get cash.
Mm-hmm.
And now they aren't allowed to participate in society because they got cash.
Yep.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. It sounds almost like we need to find somewhere where we can sit down, like a tavern, and have some discussions over some green dragons.
Well, like I said, this is I understand. I feel what you're dropping, but and it smells great like Play-Doh, but it's
Play-Doh does smell so good.
I know, right? That's why I dropped it.
It
Did
does
she just
smell
make
so
a
good.
face for Play-Doh?
She did.
Like, all right, hey, everyone in the chat, hate. Shitting on Play-Doh.
It's like the smell of a crayon.
Oh no! Fuck crayons. Crayons ain't got nothing on Play-Doh. Oh, Play-Doh. I can smell that Play-Doh right now. Until you taste it, and you're like, "What the fuck was that all about?"
Oh my god! All right.
Why did you do that?
Why
anyway,
did I
that
do
was
that?
My random shit.
I like your random shit. I like it. On to trivia. There you go.
I was ready to strangle somebody today and just be like, yeah, it's only 20 more years.
Oh,
I'll take it.
All right. So yeah, I think you and I might have to work on something there, Gerardo. I think
Joe agrees.
I think it. I finished mine. It's very depressing. But
so am I. I'm like, fuck, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, middle of the show. Yeah. Stupid.
I know.
All right. So to trivia. Cue the music. Boom. All right.
Try again.
I can hear it. It's there.
I don't hear.
Oh, I don't hear it.
I just. Oh, there it is.
I didn't want it to be this loud.
Oh, there we go. Well, you gotta have it loud.
There you go. How's that? Is that better?
There we go.
All right.
Much better.
So to get the brain juices going, guys, your category today is going to be U.S. and world geography.
Oh, Jesus.
So Emily's already out. She's like, "Fuck this, I'm done. I'm going to bed."
Well, give her a chance. She's a charge nurse now. She might know some shit.
Yeah, okay. Which just means I don't work.
There you go. All right. So, numero.
Yeah, she's almost a paramedic.
That's true. Hey, Jess wanted me to ask. Did you hear back from said phone call yet?
Fuck no.
Fucking what the fuck?
I emailed them Thursday. Haven't heard anything.
This is not okay.
We'll hire that little ginger troll.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
I'm not okay with this. Like, this is not okay. All right.
I think we might have to have them a little sit down.
Seriously, I'm with you. Like, this is not okay.
Like Suge Knight style, hang him out the fucking 5th floor window. Hey, you know who needs a contract? Why don't I bring you back in and you can sign it up for her, huh?
It's still posted though. They haven't given it away yet.
Yeah. It's weird.
Go and seal that deal up for us, huh?
Yep. Some concrete shoes might help.
Yeah, I forget what the hell it was. Who said it? But it's real simple. You put the contract on the table. You say, "The only way I'm leaving is with your brains or your signature on that thing."
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this going.
I don't know my relatives now I think about it, but who knows? Anyway.
All right, number 1.
All right.
Aw, shit. Now I broke it. This country is comprised of 7,000 individual islands.
Oh, easy.
Gerard knows it. He's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm done.
You could
Can you
almost
say the question again?
Maybe.
Say the question again.
This country is comprised of 7,000 individual islands.
And we lost Butch.
No, we didn't. He's there.
Yeah, he's trying to get back in.
Just don't you fuck up with the cameras.
You already fucked the camera.
Don't make me lose my mind, man. Oh, let's see.
So you could almost say it's better there. As the old commercial used to go.
Fucking
better
internet.
I know. Gotta love the internet.
It's better in the...
So let's see. Chris is...
Bahamas? Is it really? 7,000?
Chris, so you guys are going with what? The Bahamas?
So what was the question? I'm sorry.
This country is comprised of 7,000 individual islands.
The only other thing I could think of would possibly be the Philippines. Or actually, or no, actually, you know what? No, there's a few out there that are like really, really got and then the problem is there's so many little things that they consider islands, so it's like
yeah, like a dirt speck that floats above the
right.
water. Island.
So you could go Indonesia, Maldives, fucking.
I was thinking the Maldives.
You know what I mean?
So Val threw out the Philippines. Chris threw out Indonesia's. I like that, Indonesia's.
Nice.
The right answer is going to be the Philippines.
Correct. Philippines, it is okay.
The Philippines.
See, the Bahamas is like that too, where they count a lot of these little fucking specks that, even like at high tide, they don't even exist. But at low tide, hey, it's an island.
Hey, it's an island.
You know?
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, on to number 2. This country is the smallest in the world. This country is the smallest in the world.
Are we talking principalities?
I'm talking this country is the smallest in the world.
The Vatican.
Yeah.
Oh.
Vatican City.
That's smart. Okay.
Butch. Emily's like, I go with Maha Butchie.
Or I was also thinking of Andorra.
I choose you.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm going with Andorra.
Oh. Look at that. Val goes Vatican City, question mark. Andorra, question mark. Nice.
Wow. How do people know this?
Vatican. Everyone's agreeing with the Maha Butchie because he's correct. It's Vatican City.
All right. Yeah.
You always forget that that's like its own thing.
I mean, technically, I guess technically it is a country, but I mean, like, it's not really a country. It's its own autonomous region.
Right.
You know, like, I don't know. There's
And
also
I hear the Swiss Guard are not people to be fucked with.
but there's also a place like that in Italy too. It's called San Marino or something like that. It's like this little fucking spit of land that's like its own little autonomous region. And then there's Andorra, which is out in the the fucking Pyrenees. And then it's like, to me, the smallest country, like legit country, would be Luxembourg. But whatever.
All right, on to number 3.
I just completely fucking geography nerded the fuck out. Sorry, my bad.
You did. It's fine.
Hey, Mr. Trebek, shut the fuck up so we go on the next one.
There's so many more for you to geek out here, all right? Number 3.
Let's get off mothers.
What is the name of the second tallest mountain in the world? What is the name of the second tallest mountain in the world? So you got Everest, and then this one. What is the...
Isn't it K2?
Gerard says K2. Everyone else is thinking. Emily's Googling it on her... she's pausing solitaire to Google it.
It's like right next to Everest. It's not the drug you're thinking of.
I have literally never heard of this before.
It's an actual mountain.
Is it though?
Chris tossed out Everest and then goes, damn it! Val threw out K2.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this before.
K2 was a good movie.
It's only the second tallest. You only like the big rooms, you know?
Yeah, it's too irrelevant for me.
There's that nurse privilege walking with her dick out. Oh, if it's not the biggest dick, I don't care.
Never heard of K2 before in my life.
I love you, Em. Don't hurt me.
I'm gonna go cry with my dollar bills over here.
Just wiping her eyes with the money.
She only wipes with hundreds.
Oh, shit. So
I can't, for lack of anything else, I have to say K2 because I can't think of the mountain name.
That's probably a good thing because K2 is the correct answer. It is literally like next to
K2?
Everest.
Wait.
Or Everest.
It's right next to
It's
Everest.
literally next to Everest.
Oh, I've never.
You fucked it up and I fucked it up at the same time. You called it Everett and I called it Everett.
Hey, Vern. Oh, sorry.
Hey, Vern.
Hey, Vern.
All right. Wait, Gerard, you should know this one. All right,
Yeah.
being the festive soul that you are. All right. Festive.
Okay.
There you go. Here we
US.
go. The U.S. Right? What country was the first to decorate a Christmas tree with tinsel?
How the fuck would I know?
Because
Austria.
you have family ties there, sort of, kind of, maybe.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I'm sure he had something to do with it.
We had a long conversation about growing some things that might be there.
Oh,
Austria.
Germany?
I don't think they celebrate.
WW2
No.
girl
We have
says
no idea.
Germany.
I know.
Chris says
See?
Germany.
Wait,
Val
hold on,
says
wait.
Italy.
Hold on, with
Emily
tinsel?
says Germany.
Austria.
Butch is going with Austria.
Tinsel.
You know what?
No clue.
With tinsel. I don't know, man. Sweden.
Are you German, Gerard?
9.
Yeah. So, for those that said Germany, you guys are 100% correct.
Ah.
Yeah, that, you know, the beer discussion we were literally
Oh,
having
yes,
2 days
right.
ago?
We didn't discuss tinsel, though.
No, but we discussed beer, and you have a relative that's there.
Well, because, you know, beer and tinsel go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
You know?
Beer
Really?
and tinsel go to hand in hand. You know, also, for those nerds that would know this, tinsel is also really great in jail escapes if you need to, you know, break the bars. You
Yeah,
wouldn't
good
have
luck
watched
trying
that
that.
movie, so don't you worry.
Tinsel?
Yeah, tinsel.
Hansel?
Okay.
Hansel?
Tinsel. Not
Hansel?
just for decoration. All right, next.
For getting out of butt rape, too. Yeah, all right.
What is the name? What is the name of the longest river in the U.S.?
Oh.
What
Colorado.
what is the name
I
of
was
the
gonna say
longest
Colorado.
river in the U.S.? So Colorado. Chris is
Missouri?
going really quick with the Mississippi.
I was gonna say that, but I feel like that was a trick answer.
Or
Well,
maybe I'm
Mississippi's,
just
Mississippi's a
laying
big one, but
out
it just
you.
runs straight up and down.
Straight down. That's what I thought too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
And the branches into the Colorado.
Missouri,
that it does.
because it goes across.
Missouri does go across, but I think Colorado's got it because it goes all the way across and
Yeah, it
down.
does go to the corner.
Yeah.
So
Watch, it's probably gonna be like the Snake Rivers.
I know.
some
Something I've
bullsh-
never heard of.
Some bullshit
Right.
we've never heard of, right? Lots of people going with Mississippi. So the Mississippi is 2,350 miles long.
I hear it's got a delta. They had some blues done there.
Yeah, heard about that.
A river that is just over 2,450 miles long is the Missouri River.
Ah, look at her.
It's just over
All
100
right.
miles longer than the Mississippi, beating it out as the
Nice.
longest river.
Two.
You got it. Correct.
Boom! Look at you go.
I have-
All right.
I have peaked. I'm done.
That's awesome.
I'm never answering
I'm done.
another trivia
Good.
question.
I'm done. I have peaked.
All right, let's see.
Tide's out for me. Shit.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're on to number 6. Number 6. Which U.S. state is the flattest?
Florida.
He
Pretty
says
goddamn
that,
close,
He
yeah.
says that jokingly. Like, was that a joke or were you serious?
Nah, I'm just gonna go with Florida. So I'll put it to you this way: one of the places I learned where I trained to fly, there was the turn from base to final for one of the runways. You went past over the top of a landfill, and it was we referred to it as Mount Trashmore. It's literally the highest point in that entire part of the state was the top of that landfill. They planted palm trees on the top of it.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Illinois.
So we got.
Oh, I was gonna say Illinois or like North Dakota or something.
How could it not be Florida? It's a fucking flat swamp halfway up the goddamn thing, and it's a big.
I mean,
lump.
I agree with Florida.
So we got Florida. Chris throws out Kansas. Val throws out Nebraska. Chris throws out also Ohio. WW2 Girl throws out Florida. Lots of
There's no way it's
Kansas
Ohio.
or Nebraska, one of them fucking flat ass fucking corn states. They got rolling hills, man. They
do.
Florida ain't got shit. So you get to South Georgia.
Shit.
Florida ain't
The
got shit.
highest point is when the Gators are laying on top of each other.
Pretty much to keep warm, yeah.
Because Florida is correct. It is
Thank you.
Florida.
Like fucking please.
So when I was looking these up, Nebraska doesn't even come in the top 5 flattest states.
Yeah, they actually have rolling hills.
That's how
It's
flat
actually nice
fucking
countryside.
Florida is.
Yeah.
What was number 2?
Hold on. Let me go back and Google it.
Georgia.
Let's
No,
see.
it's probably like Illinois. or
Georgia
something.
starts the Appalachian, I believe. So.
Florida's in Georgia, stupid.
In order of flatness, you have Florida, Illinois, North Dakota,
Yeah, okay.
Louisiana, Minnesota, Delaware, Kansas.
Delaware.
Wow.
No shit.
Cool.
Delaware is fucking
Yeah, I
flat.
just drove through Delaware. It's pretty fucking
Flat
flat.
as shit.
It is flat.
Yeah. I always used to make a joke that, the little hill that comes off of like the drainage ditch is the highest thing in Delaware. Because it
Wow,
truly
yeah.
is.
Yeah, it is definitely part of the itty bitty titty committee.
Hey, itty bitty titties usually have really fat, nice asses, so that's okay.
Hey, look at you, a sexist would say.
Hey.
Wow.
I'm allowed.
Look at this. Misogyny continues.
Hey, we've been bringing
There's
up.
gonna be a 4-hour
Who-
video.
Who has the white privilege card? It ain't in my wallet. Let's keep going. Number 7. This is the name for the deepest point in the ocean. This one's a giveaway.
Trench.
Marianas Trench. Yeah.
I'm not even going to give the chat time for that one because they all said it. It is the Marianas Trench.
Where is that?
In the ocean.
Bottom of the Atlantic.
I was gonna say something else. What's that?
It's on the door in Phil's room.
That was even better. That was even better than what I was gonna say. Shit.
Oh, god damn it.
I was gonna say it was underneath
fucking
George
work.
Behar's nose, but yeah, sure.
There we go. Now it worked. Fucking stupid
All right.
thing.
Hit it.
All right.
Next.
Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Number 8.
I'll take the rapist for 200.
Belgium has this nickname.
Belgium is the place God created so England and Germany could settle their differences.
And you're so not wrong. That's the best part. Oh shit!
Oh, God.
Whoops.
Wow.
Well, to all those Belgian fans out there.
What are we good for? Well, we're good at hosting death and making waffles. Great! What a fucking country!
We'll put it where we're hosting wars, making waffles, making a beer too. We're good to go.
We're good. We're good. A waffle,
Oh,
a little beer.
shit.
You know, maybe some trenches by noontime. Sure.
Oh man, I love it.
Okay.
Yost. Oh.
Val says GOMG. So, do you guys have an actual answer for that before I read the chat?
I mean,
I mean, who can follow that?
Battlefield of Europe.
What was that? I didn't hear it.
Hollowed ground, I guess, by now we call it. I don't know.
Well, let's not get morbid on us now. Come on. What was the question again? I missed the question.
Belgium.
No, you didn't.
Calling him out. Belgium has this nickname.
I literally just keep thinking of the Battle of the Bulge. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Going back to dick jokes. So
the Bloodlands.
That was actually pretty smart. That was a good one.
So
snuck it in under the radar. Didn't even pick up on it.
Nice.
It was great. That's great. You could have went with the fat joke, but instead you went with the dick joke. That was fantastic.
You're welcome. So Chris admits he Googles it, but he says Battlefield of Europe. That is one of the nicknames for Belgium. The other.
Am I wrong?
No. That's why I said you're totally not wrong when you said the other thing. Right?
Yeah.
So the official
Waffle House of Europe?
No. The Bierstein Waffle House? Nope. So there's
Ooh, you just came up with an awesome idea for a restaurant.
Right?
Yeah.
Beer and
The
waffles?
Bierstein Waffle House.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Waffle House.
So
It sounds like a very mean place to go eat.
there's Belgium has two official nicknames. One is the Battlefield of Europe. The other is the Cockpit of Europe because of how many battles happen there. Why they picked Cockpit, don't exactly know. But that's what they did. So good for them.
Well,
All right.
probably for the same reason, because all the freaking air battles took place over there too.
Probably.
Over Flanders Fields and all that good stuff. And then, of course, World War II, all the freaking, Messerschmitts, like the one in the kitchen that needs to be cleaned up. And, it is kind of funny when you think about it. It's like, how many times do you gotta do the same goddamn thing over and over again before you realize, hey, maybe we should just, hit along.
Right?
I mean, for real. And that poor country, I mean, Jesus Christ, it's fucking beautiful over there. God almighty, it's got a lot more rolling hills than it had before 1914.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we remember it's like the Helsinki incident of 1919. I think we all remember how that turned out.
Number 9. Which continent is in all 4 hemispheres?
Which continent?
Which continent is in all 4 hemispheres?
Antarctica.
Africa, isn't it?
Africa, yeah.
Antarctica.
Right.
See, now you got me questioning. Cause, you might no.
So
it would have to be in the northern
America.
hemisphere too. No, it's Africa.
So we have
Cradle of fucking life.
So we have Asia being popped in the chat. We got
I
Africa
thought about
being
Asia.
popped in the
I thought
chat.
about Asia, but I don't know if Asia gets that close enough
too
to
far
that
over.
meridian. Yeah.
Yeah.
The prime meridian runs right smack down, so you get the whole quadrant right there.
So
Right there through Africa.
I'm going to narrow this down to Antarctica or Africa. One
go
of
with Africa.
one of those is wrong.
Africa's a great continent, big continent, beautiful continent, very strong. Everybody knows this. Believe me.
We're gonna go what the Trumper said in that Africa is correct.
I knew it all along. Everyone knows that, it's a beautiful country, big country. I know it's a continent, but I like to call it a country.
All right,
And
last
Mexico's gonna pay for it.
Mexico will pay for it. Last one, guys. Number 10, final question.
All right.
What is the name of the tallest waterfall in the world?
Angel Falls.
Ooh.
Angel Falls.
Cocksucker.
So,
You're right.
Maha Butchie says Angel Falls. What did you say, G?
I said Victoria Falls, but you know what? I'm probably not correct. I believe he is correct.
I think he is too.
Val throws up Angel Falls.
As soon as he said it, I was like, "Oh shit, yeah," because I was thinking Victoria Falls in Africa.
Let's see, Chris throws up Angel Falls. WW2 Girl says Angel Falls. Coming in at a whopping 3,212 feet. 3,212 feet.
That's a long fucking way down.
A long way down for Angel Falls.
God damn.
It is the tallest continuous waterfall in the world.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's like the free fall is like 300 meters or something, just the free fall itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Holy shit.
Absolutely wild.
But you see pictures of it, it's awesome.
Yeah. It is pretty cool. It is definitely pretty cool. And where is that? I forget. Is it in
Venezuela?
Right. It's that's right.
Yeah.
I thought somewhere in South America, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I know I kept thinking of Colombia, but no, it's in the same mountain range, just further out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, guys, we went long over tonight with all the festivities, having, the Phil champion and all that other shit. But as always, it's really great to see all of you.
Yeah.
And
everything's back on track now,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, I'll let you guys in on the news reel, but I think Gerard and I figured out how to better our audio even more for future streams. Well, video we're going to work on, but audio always comes first. Yeah. And it was funny. I just listened to a podcast where we were trying to get Patreon so we could do more video and invest in the bigwig cameras. And there was poor Emily going, "Don't show my face on camera. Oh, it'll be terrible."
I was horrified.
Yeah, I didn't want to do it either, man. I'm still not comfortable with it.
Here you are.
Here we be.
But
I'm literally, I'm it's like as soon as we fucking close, I'm gonna go ring the bell.
No bells. But yeah, guys, thank you again for joining us so late. All of you guys that have sat through this stream for the last almost 3 hours now. You guys are absolutely awesome. You're the best. We will be back on Friday.
You made it through the dick jokes.
Yeah. I mean, they come here for that.
Right.
Right? The 12-year-old us. That's what's entertaining the most. So the next stream is going to be Friday the 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern. So
not the 13th.
What?
At least it ain't the 13th.
Yes. Friday the 13th's always been my favorite day, though. So,
yeah, of course it would be.
I know. I'm weird like that. But it is what it is. So till next time, guys, stay safe. Thank you again for joining us. And yeah. Yes. Does anybody want to take the hey fucking buy a cronut?
And go buy a fucking cronut.
Right there.
Don't be a cheap bastard.
Hold on.
Hit the likes, all that subscribe bullshit if you haven't already.
What's the name of this one?
Is that the red one?
This is the really pink one.
Oh, yeah. that's rub some dirt in it raspberry.
Rub some dirt in it raspberry. What's the cream one again?
That's Can You Walk Cream.
Can You Walk Cream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the light pink one with the cum on it.
Oh, wow!
Wow!
I didn't mean to give you that one. Hold on. That was mine.
That's the wrong one. Shit.
Oh, I was mastering the Z formats.
So yeah, what's this one again?
Maximum coverage.
Oh my
brain starts
God.
shooting shit out my mouth and I can't stop. That one is Sign Here Strawberry.
There you go. So yeah, medicmaterials.com/merch. Go out and get it.
Yes.
Till next time, guys. Stay safe. Cronut Donuts.
Cronut Donuts. And we got to do Patreons.
Yes. We'll get there.
All right. Bye.